Could we have team captains meet the officials at center field for the coin toss?
Les capitaines au centre du terrain, s'il vous plaît, pour le pile ou face.
First chance, congrats for making it to the big game. So Alberta, you'll be our visiting team for today. Okay, so the black side is going to be tails. Here. Heads is going to be the white side. Hold it up in the air. Heads. Heads it is. Alberta, the first or second half. Which side you want to defend? So stick it this way. Good. Sask will receive. Shake hands.
Welcome inside the Apple Bowl here in Kelowna, British Columbia. It's Ryan Waters and Tyler McLaren alongside for the Football Canada Cup gold medal game. The number 1 and defending champion, Team Saskatchewan, taking on number 3, Team Alberta. It's an all-prairie matchup for this gold medal game. And Tyler, this is going to be a dandy. You look at Saskatchewan, they beat Nova Scotia back on Monday 40-0, then beat Ontario on Thursday 23-11. Alberta, a little bit tougher road. They beat BC, the host team, 18-17. And then they beat Quebec in an upset game on Thursday by the score of 23-13. Should be a dandy, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. The tournament always comes down to this game, the gold medal game. We've got two good football teams. Like you said, a tougher path maybe for Alberta to get here. But once you get to this point now and we're set for kickoff, all that stuff kind of goes out the window. And now you just got two teams playing football. And I'm excited for this one, and I think everybody here is as well.
So here we go, the gold medal game. This is a rematch of the 2018 gold medal game in which Saskatchewan won 31-26 in Calgary in Alberta. The kickoff in the direction of Ethan Lang. He'll get it at his own 12, and here he comes. Right up the hash mark, cuts it to the middle, still on his feet, and he's finally gang tackled when he hits about the 29-yard line, but a good return there by Lang.
Good return by Lang. Saskatchewan will have good field position here to start this game off. Alberta was down. Their cover teams were down pretty good, so this will be a good test for this Alberta defense, which was fantastic against BC, fantastic against Quebec as well. So they're going to probably see a steady dose of a running attack here by Saskatchewan. So expect Alberta to step up to the challenge. A
story within the game is Tayan Lloyd is the starting quarterback, and we'll get to the reason why, or at least what we think the reason why, is they hand off, or no, they play action right away, goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Austin Kemp, and falls incomplete. Tayan Lloyd, he's now 3 of 14 in the tournament, but the number 1 quarterback arguably was number 1, Carter Casey, who was 23 of 40 for 307 yards, threw a couple touchdown passes throughout the tournament, but he has a cast on his throwing hand. He's going to do the duties as the kicker, at least the place kicker. You can see him down there on the sideline. He's got a big cast, and it's all wrapped on his hand with his thumb sticking out. So we'll see if that plays a factor. As the quarterback Tan's going to go back to pass, again looking for his intended receiver, which is caught Austin Kemp. It's going to be close to a first down, but I think he'll be short.
I think he's going to be a little bit short there as Lloyd went to Kemp on both first down and second down there, but I think he's going to be a little bit short. Interesting call early for Team Saskatchewan if they want to be in the gambling mood here, as they're going to look to be about a yard short, but surprisingly, I thought they may come out and try and establish a run, and to our surprise up here in the broadcast, 2 straight passes for Team Saskatchewan.
I think Alberta's also surprised because they were predominantly a run team the last 2 games. And the lefty Lloyd, with the starter, maybe they see something in his game that they can utilize as far as going through the air. He drops the snap here, picks it up, and has room to run. He gets to midfield. He could go, gets to the 35, the 30, finally cut from behind at the 25 on a broken play. Drop the snap, and you gain that much? Okay.
Very rarely are these teams under center nowadays here, and you can see as Lloyd breaks through to the green grass in front of him here. Is that at the start of that play, went under center, bobbled the snap. I thought he was going to get stopped, and that was going to be a big play for Alberta. But to his credit, Lloyd was able to pick up the ball, take a step to his left, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him. So massive play here. Risky call for Saskatchewan there. I think it was a 48-yard as we listened to the broadcast here. But a big gain there for Lloyd, and now Saskatchewan's knocking at the door here in Alberta territory.
Tremblay finally tracked him down, but yeah, as you said, a big play. 1st and 10 from the 24. As Lloyd in a shotgun. Gonna fake to the running back, Ashman, and then he's sacked. Good pursuit by Alberta to stay with the play. That was Aaron Parker who chased him down.
Yeah, Parker played that very well from his defensive end position there. As you can see, he doesn't flatten out and come down the line of scrimmage. Lloyd has nothing to do there. He can't get outside of it because of Parker, how well Parker played that. Lloyd's forced to eat that one and take about a 6-yard loss, bring it up 2nd and long.
Maxwell Salma, too, the number 99 for Alberta, came shooting through the line and met the running back just as he would have got the handoff. Lloyd, the quarterback, decided to take it back, and I think that started the good play for Alberta. Showing blitz here is Lloyd back to pass. Here comes Alberta. Lloyd will step up in the pocket, roll to his left, looking downfield. Wide open. It's caught down on the 2.
No, incomplete. Incomplete on the play.
He dropped it.
Yeah, it looked like it was jarred out. He had him down near the 2-yard line, like you said. He was wide open on the play. But as he tried to come down with the pass, you'll see the Alberta defender right there come in with his left hand.
Wow.
Swat that one away. Big defensive play. I think if Lloyd saw him a little bit earlier, that would have been 7 points for Team Saskatchewan. But good play by the Alberta defender there, and now it'll bring up a long field goal attempt for Saskatchewan.
There he's right there, Tremblay, who chased down the quarterback, you might remember as well, and now made that nice play defensively on the receiver, Blackburn. So a 37-yard attempt for the kicker, and it's partially blocked. And still a loose ball, and it will be finally smothered at the 10-yard line. Not sure who got through to block it.
Let's see if
Tough
he's
to
tough to see on there.
But how about Alberta?
Great start for Alberta, and wild start here at the Apple Bowl in this one. So lots happening, and we're only about 3 minutes into this game. So exciting start here. Alberta's going to get the ball back, but after the big botched quarterback sneak that turned out wonderfully, Alberta's going to get the ball.
No yards. Saskatchewan, number 87. 15 yards penalty. 1st down, Alberta.
That might be the toughest no yards call. You're just going after a loose ball.
Yeah, you're just going down after somebody got their big hand in there to block that kick, and you're just trying to go down and make a play. So tough 15-yard penalty for Saskatchewan to take here, and Alberta will take it over at the 25-yard line with a ruckus crowd here at the Apple Bowl.
Josh Page is the quarterback for Team Alberta. Starting at their own 26, they're going to pitch it to Ramirez. Has to make a good one-handed grab. Loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, good job there by Page to get that one, bring that one down. You can see the snap is a little bit high, and that leads to his toss being a little bit behind Ramirez.
Yeah.
And good job by Ramirez for making sure he had secure that. That could have been ugly for Alberta, but you could tell lots of crowd, big stage. These guys need to just settle down and play some football. But we've seen a little bit of frantic action to start this one off. Exciting for the fans, but probably frantic and chaotic for the coaches.
They've lost some hair, I think, already in
Yes,
this
no question.
opening 3 minutes. Page is shotgun, Ramirez beside him. Going to go to the air for the first time. Hit as he throws. Has a man Falconer, and it in and out of the hands of the defensive back. Good play by Smith Windsor on the break. And it's a quick 2-and-out for Alberta. They'll have to kick.
Yeah, Smith Windsor came over there and knocked that one down from his safety position. Alberta, Page took a big shot there as he tried to hang in there and throw that one on 2nd and 10, but unfortunately wasn't able to catch it. Alberta's punt team will come out. Saskatchewan should get the ball in Alberta territory here, so field position at the start of this one definitely favoring Team Saskatchewan.
Standing back deep to receive this punt is Austin Kemp. High snap. Brings it down just about blocked. Got the kickoff. Kemp has it go through his hands. It's a live ball. Alberta will jump on it.
This is going to be a no-yard zone against Alberta, so Saskatchewan's going to keep the ball even though Alberta did jump on it. So there'll be a 5-yard penalty assessed here to Alberta, and Saskatchewan will keep control of the ball.
Samuel Bowen just got that kick off too, as the Saskatchewan team was barreling down on him. Just did get the kick away. And look at now after this no yards penalty. It'll be all the way to the Alberta 31-yard line.
Yeah, so it looks like they gave them a 15-yard penalty there. The ball was in the air, but in the last game we thought they had to actually catch and secure the ball. This one obviously wasn't able to be secured, but 15-yard penalty against Alberta. Saskatchewan's knocking at the door now.
1st and 10, 7:40 to go, opening quarter, no score. And a new quarterback already for Team Saskatchewan. Back to pass. His pass is incomplete. Looking for Blackburn on the slant pattern. Not there, but that's Braden Barsick, who is now the new quarterback for Team Saskatchewan. And with your number one guy out, maybe there's going to be some platooning action.
Yeah, Barsick looked like he had his arm hit there as that ball kind of fluttered on, and Blackburn wasn't able to catch it. That was all arm too. Like you could tell on the replay there, that throw was all arm, but he wasn't able to step into that because he had the defender right there. So a break for Alberta there, as if he was able to step into that, I think he might be in the end zone.
That's Barsick's first miss of the tournament. Before that, he was 1 for 1 with a 66-yard touchdown pass. And he's 0 for 1 in this one. He's going to take off here. Lots of room to run. Barsick is going to be met by the defensive back who came up to hit him. That's Tremblay. Boy, he's had a whale of a game so far. Hit him right at the 20-yard line. Should have enough for a first down.
It's good. He should have enough here, and they are moving the sticks there. Once he gets past the first wave of Alberta defenders, green grass until you hit the defensive backfield or the secondary for Alberta. So good run there as he's able to get past the first wave of Alberta defenders, pick up a first down, and once again, Saskatchewan's in deep in Alberta territory looking for their first points.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. As Barsick in a shotgun, he's got Carter Ashman right beside him. Ashman's been great this tournament, 102 yards on 18 carries and 3 touchdowns. Hasn't touched the ball yet. Barsick flushed out of the pocket, and he'll be sacked. Parker once again gets to him. Aaron Parker putting together a pretty good first quarter so far, and he's got a sack here.
Parker made a big play there. That's going to make a field goal opportunity a little bit longer for Saskatchewan. So no sign yet if they are going to put the field goal team out. It looks like they're going to go for it here.
Second down.
Excuse me, it is second down. I thought they were on third down there, but that sack will be costly here. So Saskatchewan will be second and long here, and now Alberta might be able to come with some pressure here, knowing that Saskatchewan has a long way to go to get a first down.
Yeah, loss of 7, so 2nd and 17 for the quarterback, Barsick. Barsick in a shotgun, Ashman beside him. Barsick going to go to the air again. Here comes the Alberta defense. They're going to dump it off, try to find Ashman. He makes the reception on the screen pass, and holding on for dear life was the linebacker. That was Walker Rattay, who made the tackle and stopped Ashman short of the first down.
Yeah, it's a good call there on second and long to run the screen pass. It gets you some positive yards. It's an easy completion for the offense to make. They are able to get all of the sack back plus about another 2 or 3 yards. So this makes the field goal a little bit more manageable for Team Saskatchewan. So a good call on second down, because had they not been able to have a completion there, probably a long field goal. This one a little bit more manageable at about 25 yards.
Carter Casey, who got his first one blocked. Ball at the left hash. The kick is up. It's plenty long enough, and it is good. A 25-yard field goal for Carter Casey, and Team Saskatchewan is on the board.
Always good to get the first points here in a gold medal game. Once these teams settle down, they could look back at that field goal as a big turning point of the game as Saskatchewan gets on the board first. So you could definitely tell a bit of a wild start here at the Apple Bowl here. We have a little minute to exhale, but great start here, great atmosphere. The crowd is really into this one, and you'd expect nothing less with 2 prairie rivals in the gold medal game.
And that drive started around the 30-yard line, didn't it? Yeah. So Alberta was already backed up there, I guess very fortunate to come away just giving up the 3 points. So 3-0, 5:05 to go, opening quarter. Josh Page back out in the shotgun, Ramirez behind him. They'll fake it to Ramirez. He'll roll to his right, looking for a receiver downfield. Looks like it's intercepted.
Yeah, it's intercepted there. He was looking for Clazy at about the 45-yard line. That wasn't a very good throw by Josh Page. He had his receiver shorter in the flat, and I thought he was just going to dump it off, take the short route. Clazy's trying to come back and make a play on the ball, but to Saskatchewan's credit, the defender was right there, intercepts it, and the momentum is certainly on their side to start this one.
Tasman Smith-Windsor with the pick. I don't know if Page saw him. It looked like he threw it right to the green jersey. And Smith-Windsor said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, turnovers are big, and that one could be costly, as once again, Saskatchewan will be scrimmaging inside of Alberta territory.
So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Rolling to his right, this is Lloyd again. He's back in quarterback, and he'll be cut from behind. Great job by Sama. Was able to chase him down and get the quarterback sack, and it's a huge loss.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're not going to call an unnecessary roughness on Sana there on that play, because you can see he's trying to, on the replay, he's trying to roll to his right, which as a left-handed quarterback is really hard.
It's tough, yeah.
So if this is an unnecessary roughness against, what's a face mask? Okay, I thought it was just how he threw him down. So obviously if it's a face mask penalty, those are usually pretty set to call, and you have to call those. So unfortunate play for Alberta, but Alberta will get 15 yards.
Great to see if we could see a replay again on the sack. He got him around the.
That's what I thought.
I was going to say the collar, but maybe that's a horse collar. But up on the shoulder pads to grab his face mask when he's running away from you. That's kind of tricky, isn't it?
And usually a quarterback will stand up and make a motion that he
Sure.
did grab his mask, and we didn't see any of that on that play there. So might have been an unlucky break or unlucky situation there for Team Alberta.
Unless it was away from the play.
It could have been, but where they threw it and when they threw it, it
Yeah.
looked like it was attached to the sack.
So 1st and 10 from the Alberta 30. Lloyd in a shotgun, the lefty. He'll give to Ashman. Ashman will go right up the middle. Good room to run for Ashman. It looks like he picked up about 10. Should be a first down carry for Carter Ashman.
Ashford can definitely thank the big boys up front on the left side of this offensive line here as they do a great job of opening up this hole. Big number 65 right there, number 60 for Saskatchewan.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice hole there open up for Ashman. They will move the sticks, and once again, it's sitting at the Alberta 20-yard line. A touchdown here, and they can get off to a real good early start here in this gold medal game.
So 1st and 10 from the Alberta 20. 3:35 to go. Saskatchewan leading 3-0. The defending champs. We have 4 receivers on the right side. Ashman in the backfield. Lloyd will give it back to Ashman. He'll bounce out to the left. Ashman sidesteps the tackler. Great job for Team Alberta and Trombley once again to stick with Ashman and bring him down on the hit.
Yeah, if Murdy Trombley doesn't make that tackle there, as Ashman cut, he was supposed to go more up the center, and he ended up bouncing that to the left. If Trombley doesn't make that tackle right there, he's definitely probably going to get a first down, and might maybe even further. So big tackle there by Trombley. Positive game for Saskatchewan, and big play here on 2nd down.
Picked up 5, so 2nd and 5 from the 15. And Lloyd in a shotgun. Alberta looks like they're going to send a blitz. As they crowd the box, they'll fake it to Ashman. Lloyd going to roll to his left, and he will find his receiver. I believe that was Kemp that made the reception on the far side. It is Kemp. And he does get the first down as he's tackled inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
And you can see the pass, it's easier for a quarterback to roll to their left when they are a left-handed quarterback. Kemp was the shortest receiver there as far as this pattern and what he was running there. So good job there to just dump that one off, get a first down for Saskatchewan. And he's a big target now. Now they're really knocking at the door inside the 10.
1st and goal. Ashman in the backfield right behind Lloyd, the quarterback. Lloyd's a big dude in there too, 6'2", 180. Empty backfield now, and he's going to take it on the quarterback draw, trying to get to the corner. He will reach and get into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great start for Team Saskatchewan there. Kudos to Lloyd. That's a design running play for him, as he just takes one step and has to read where the big boys up front are giving the holes. It makes one man miss, breaks the tackle into the end zone. Great start for Team Saskatchewan as they're up 9-0 here with the extra point coming.
Taking advantage of the turnover and also really good field position when they opened up the scoring with that field goal that they received. So yes, very good start. Alberta hasn't got to midfield yet. For them offensively, extra point attempt still to come, as Casey will knock it through with authority. And it's 10-0 Team Saskatchewan here in this gold medal game.
Great start for Saskatchewan. You can't ask for anything better if you're them. The fans are behind them right now. Big crowd here, looks like at the Apple Bowl here. Very ruckus. We can hear them beneath us here in the broadcast booth. But if you're Alberta, like the jitters are just now starting to end, hopefully for both these teams. If you're Alberta, you got a ton of time left, three quarters plus a lot. Or another minute and 53 seconds. Just settle down. You can play offense. These guys run the ball, do what you do best, and this will be a close game all the way through, I have a feeling.
There is a lot of green in the stands underneath us. Saskatchewan always travels very well, bring a lot of people. Team Alberta also a lot of blue and white in the stands as well. So I think a lot of interest in this Canada Cup and how it's going to finish, and that's why there's a good crowd on hand as the kickoff in the direction of Clazy. He drops it at his own 10, finally picks it up his 15, and here he comes. Gets to the 20, now the 25, looking for room to run, and he will be brought down
Thought the ball
at about
came
the
through.
27. Yeah, it looked like he dropped it at the end, but nobody's celebrating like they got the ball back, or
looks
was it
like the ball
recovery?
came. The ball did
right
come
there.
out right there, and you can see the ball was punched out of Clazy's arms. Alberta will be able to keep it, and they'll scrimmage inside their own 30-yard line. So good downfield coverage by Saskatchewan. And like I say, Alberta's just got to settle down, make some plays. and get their momentum back on their side. So
That would've-
good start to this game,
That
though.
would have been disastrous had Saskatchewan, well, disastrous for Alberta if Saskatchewan would have covered that fumble. So 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Page in a shotgun. Ramirez beside him. They'll give it to Ramirez. He'll try the right side. Here's Ramirez with
Great run.
room to run. Just past the 40 down to the 42-yard line. First down.
Nothing fancy about this one here as Page just hands the ball off to Ramirez off the right-hand side. The big boys up front do everything they need to happen there. That's a big run there for Alberta. Gets them a little bit more breathing room. Now they're past their 40-yard line, and they can settle into their offense and do what they do best.
I believe that's their first down.
I think it was as
Of this
well.
goal. With 50 seconds to go in this opening quarter, 10-0 Saskatchewan. Page in the shotgun. Page gonna hand it here to Ramirez. He'll try the other side, then cut it back up the middle, and he was met right in the middle by Jacob Goldstone, who leads this team now with 7 tackles this tournament.
Yeah, good run here. This time they try and come to the left. The high snap might throw off the timing a little bit there. Goldstone was looking for maybe a holding penalty on that one, but he's able to make the tackle on that play, keeping the gain to short for Alberta.
Gain to 3, call it 2nd and 7. Page and Alberta huddling up. They've got to get to the 52 for a first down. Page in the shotgun. East in the ballgame for the first time. High snap. Page able to bring it down. He's going to roll to his right side. Now tuck it under his arm. And
Really
he
nice
is
tackle.
caught. Great job by Team Saskatchewan. And Ethan Lang coming up to making the tackle. And it will be a loss on the play as Page is sacked.
Really nice play, tackle by Ethan Lang there, and he's made a couple of plays so far in this game right now, or this game so far. And these snaps, a couple times Pages, that one he really had to go climb the ladder to bring down, but they've got to get these snaps down because if the one goes over his head where he can't bring it down, it'll be disastrous for Team Alberta.
Page just 5'10", and he had to, like you say, climb the ladder to get it. Now I'm not sure what the delay is.
Late substitution here. Rattay comes on the field for Alberta.
And the kicker for Alberta will stand back, Samuel Bowen, from his own 30-yard line. Good high kick, angled toward the sideline, and it goes into the Saskatchewan bench, and the umpire will place his foot at the 47-yard line, and that's the end of the first quarter. For Team Saskatchewan with a great start, 10-0.
Yeah, really good start in this one for Saskatchewan. They did what they wanted to, establish the ground game. They got some passing, not more passing than I thought they would do. But good start for Saskatchewan. They're up 10-0. Now these teams can hopefully settle in, but that was a fast-paced, good first quarter of action. And you could just feel these teams, the pace of this game is outstanding. The good news is the referees, in my opinion, kind of let them play. Not a whole lot of penalty calls in that first quarter.
Yep.
And just a good first quarter. Now I think you'll see these guys, the nerves will maybe settle down a little bit, and we're going to see some good football here for the next 3 quarters.
Carter Casey opened up the scoring, a 25-yard field goal at 5:13 of the opening quarter to make it 3-0. Then after an interception, Tayan Lloyd, the quarterback of Team Saskatchewan, able to get around the corner and into the end zone from 6 yards out with 1:53 to go in that opening quarter to make it 10-0. So far, Saskatchewan winning the battles of turnovers and field position as they've started every drive close to midfield, if not past midfield in Alberta territory. Here, they have very good field position again at the 47 once the quarter break has expired and we're ready to play again.
Yeah, field position, Saskatchewan definitely had the advantage there, no question. And we got a good view of the stands and the fans here at the Apple Bowl and the hardware on the trophies down on the table in front of us. So I'm sure the players have seen that out of the corner of their eye in between the two benches.
Yeah. First and 10, it's going to be Basic back in as quarterback. Barsic, pardon me. His throw is incomplete. Tried the right side, nothing there, and it's going to be second down.
Risky throw there as they've tried to throw the ball to the boundary side or the short side of the field there. So a lot of white sweaters there for Alberta, and that's a risky throw, but Lloyd's able to get away with it. Zipped it in there, unfortunately wasn't able to connect with his receiver.
It's got to be tough as a receiver, this platooning of quarterbacks, especially when one's right-handed and one's left-handed. The ball comes out,
Totally.
it's spun differently.
Totally.
It was 2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Barsic back to throw. Barsic going to go down the field. He has a man just overthrew his intended receiver, Brady Blackburn. Boy, Blackburn 2 or 3 times found himself wide open down the middle of the field and hadn't been able to bring it in.
Blackburn's wide open, like you said on this one. He kind of turns himself around there over his left shoulder, then over his right shoulder. And the other thing, not only is it hard with a left-handed quarterback, then you go to a right-handed quarterback. All things being equal, too, you lose your timing with just the different. You don't have the same consistency. The first guys usually get a few more of the reps with the starting group, so that's another challenge that they're going to have to overcome.
And Barsic is going to double up as the punter as well. Barsic will kick it away in the direction of Clazy. Lets it bounce and gets it at his own 30-yard line. Clazy bounces off a tackle, gets to 35.
Nice play. That'll be a face mask.
Yeah, face mask or maybe a horse collar is whipping through the line was Tyrell Moore, who made the tackle.
Clazy has about 1 or 2 guys to beat here. It looked to be a hold as well, but that's a face mask there. I think Clazy's head was kind of spun around there. Oh, boy.
They're going to pick up the flag.
Wow.
That looked like more of a face mask than on the
100%.
The sack.
And you could see when Clazy was going down there, his head hole turn, his total head rotation there. So very surprised that there's not a face masking penalty there. Alberta bench doesn't seem to be too upset with that, but I'm shocked that that's not a 15-yard penalty against Saskatchewan.
Or a horse collar because he got him up there, yeah. So 1st and 10 for Alberta from their own 33-yard line. They hand the ball here. The running back tries the right side and doesn't get much. That was Ramirez. And it'll be 2nd and long. Making the tackle is Kremchinski, 6'4", 220-pound lineman.
Yeah, that play is a slow developing play. It's a counter play, and the defender was able to just come in, knife his way in there, make the tackle before any pulling guards or pulling tackles can get in front and lead him down the field.
No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10. Ramirez again in the backfield with Page in a shotgun. Page looking to his left to go down the middle. This one is tipped and almost intercepted by Jacob Goldstone. Just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, it was definitely tipped at the line of scrimmage, and then Goldstone was almost unable to pull that in right around the 45-yard line there. But good job by the Saskatchewan defenders. Get your hands up. If you can't get in on Page, get your hands up, do the next best thing, which is knock the ball down. So punt team will have to come out for Alberta, and once again, Saskatchewan should probably be scrimmaging inside of Alberta territory once they start their next series.
They've been great on both sides of the ball so far, defensively and offensively, has Saskatchewan. As Bowen standing back at his own 20. Good high kick from Bowen as the receiver will get it at his own 45 and be hit immediately. Great coverage downfield by Sabinoff, who made the hit on the returner Austin Kemp, but there's a flag at the 45. We'll see what the call is, maybe no yards.
This will be a 15-yard no yards penalty against Alberta. So they'll be scrimmaging inside Alberta's 49-yard line, or right at the 49-yard line. So once again, really good field position for Team Saskatchewan as they look to expand on their 10-0 lead here at the Apple Bowl.
No wonder Shabanoff had great coverage. He was right there a little too early.
And it's hard because the ball was kicked really high, which is a great thing. But you just got to try and find where the returner is and make sure you're 5 yards back when he catches the ball.
1st and 10 from the Alberta 49. Barsic is going to stay in the ball game. Barsic's quick throw. He's got Kemp. Kemp trying to make a man miss, falls forward, gets 10, maybe 11. Great play by Kemp. 2nd and 3rd effort gets him the 1st down.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, this is just pitch and catch. You see a little play action pass here, zips it into Kemp. Kemp's well short of that 1st down there, but you can see the effort there. Feet keep driving forward. He gets very close. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down, but he could have been stopped maybe 3-4 yards short of that 1st down. Instead, now he's got inches to go.
They'll place it in between the 40 and the 39, so 2nd and inches for Barsic and company. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, and he's got Ashman in the backfield. And they'll fake it to Ashman, going to go down the field looking for Kemp, and he can't quite haul it in. Tremblay with the coverage. And it'll be 3rd and inches now.
I love the call there by Saskatchewan there. 2nd and short, you're controlling the game. Take a shot. Take a shot, go for a play like that, throw it to, I think that was Kemp down the field, it was. So Kemp was the intended receiver. Take a shot, see what happens. If you connect, you know that Alberta's probably going to be in a man cover. You might even score on that play. If you don't, you got a 3rd and manageable. You might get another sneak like what you had on the one previously in the 1st quarter.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they'd like the same outcome. They'd like the outcome, just not how they got there.
Not the bobbled snap.
Not the bobbled snap.
So 3rd and inches. Barsik's going to stay in a shotgun. They give to Ashman, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and Alberta with a great defensive play.
Great defensive play by Alberta is I'm really stunned. Maybe it's because of what happened on the botch snap, but surprised on 3rd and inches that Saskatchewan's in the shotgun and handing the ball off 3-4 yards in the backfield there to Ashman, knowing that Alberta's going to be coming on 3rd and inches. So very surprised they're not under center and just sneaking the ball, and that's a strange call on offense in my opinion.
Credit Parker, though. Again, we've called his name a couple of times, able to get through the line and just hang on to Ashman and bring him down almost one-handed.
Great play there, and a guy like Ashman's tough to bring down by
Yep.
yourself, so that's a great tackle there by Parker, and a massive momentum change for Alberta. Now they got to capitalize.
Turnover on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 41. Page in his shotgun. Here comes Saskatchewan. Page, his throw is caught on the far side and then wrestled out of bounds is the receiver. Trying to see what number made the reception. It looks like number 88 for Team Alberta, and that would be Bynum. Bynum, pardon me.
You saw on the replay there, right at the end of the screen there, so Bynum's just running a little bang route where he kind of fakes his way coming in, then he heads to the sideline. So nice, the safe route there. They only get about 4 yards, but positive yards here. And now you can set yourself up second and somewhat manageable at about 6 yards or so.
For Bynum, that's his first catch of the Canada Cup. 2nd and 7, it looks like. As Page back in a shotgun, empty backfield. Going to roll to his right side. Still rolling, looking down the field, throws towards the sideline, and it is intercepted.
Yeah, that was forced by Page there. He probably never should have thrown. As soon as he threw that ball, I went, oh boy, might not end well. Very gutsy call there to try and throw the ball in that direction. As you can see, a few green sweaters right there. That was going to be a tough throw to complete for Page.
Lucas Steffen with the interception from Melfort. As he gets some congratulations on the sideline. And another turnover right after the turnover on downs. We get an interception. That's the 2nd of Page in this gold medal game.
Yeah, very seesaw back and forth turnover battle here is team, and that's a case where I think Page is trying to do too much and trying to force something that isn't there. So he'll learn from that, and then he'll know the next time, I bet you, not to make that throw.
Barsik back out with the troops. 1st and 10. They give it here on the jet sweep, and it'll be a 2-yard pickup for Team Saskatchewan. 2nd and long. It was once again Kemp, the ball carrier.
Yeah, interesting little play there as they run across the formation like that on a jet sweep or a little pass there, because it looks like he caught it and just kind of deflected to the running or the receiver coming across. So minimal gain there on 1st down. So 2nd and long here. Alberta needs to stop, get their offense back on the field. Obviously Saskatchewan's hoping to convert.
That Alberta defense has been on the field a lot here in this first half. 6:42 to go in the 2nd quarter. Barsik in a shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. He's looking right, however, going to go down the field again, looking for Kemp. Incomplete as he was pushed down at the end. And it's a quick 2-and-out for Team Saskatchewan.
Really nice coverage there again by Trombley, and that wasn't going to go anywhere for Saskatchewan. So good coverage there by Alberta. They get what they need, which is a stop. Now they've got the punt return team coming on the field, and they got to get something going offensively. They've got a couple stops now. It's time to tilt the field back in their favor, or at the very least, at the best case scenario, get some points and get on the board.
We get the feeling Saskatchewan's got tunnel vision going to Kemp almost on every single play now.
A lot, for sure.
Clazy will get this punt. It'll be a no yards as flags flies. Clazy's still on his feet, gets to the 45, 46 before he's knocked down. And we'll see if this is a 5 or 15-yard variety.
Should be the 15 as Clazy was able to catch that ball in the air. So Alberta should maybe get their best field position of the day, if I'm not mistaken. So this will be a 15-yard penalty and a good start for Alberta.
Is the official making his way? It is a no yards, just not sure how long, but it looks like it is a 15-yarder. And here's the call.
4 yards. Saskatchewan, number 22, 15 yards penalty. 1st down, Alberta.
Good call, Tyler. So from the 54-yard line, Alberta will set up shop there from the left hash. 1st and 10 for Page and company. 2 running backs in the backfield this time. It's Easton Ramirez. They both depart, and they'll hand the ball to the receiver that comes across, and he is tackled immediately. Sipterez, who made the, well, here's the replay. Again, a slow developing play.
Yeah, it is slow developing. Civitares there was trying to follow the 2 lead blocks there. Minimal gain there as they thought they had Saskatchewan outnumbered when they went to the left there, but Unfortunately for them, it's a minimal gain, but that was slow. And Saskatchewan's too fast defensively. They're going to converge on that one pretty quick and limit the gain.
Cimetières has had a nice tournament. He has 3 touchdown receptions in this tournament. Obviously held off the board in this one so far. Empty backfield. Saskatchewan rushing 4. Page going to roll to his right side. Page looking down the field. This one will be caught and then hit out of bounds. Good defensive play once again by the man who just made that interception, Stefan. Had good coverage and knocked the ball free.
Yeah, this is a better decision, although the ball was a little wobbly there, but nice play by Stefan there. That one Page threw to the right receiver as they had receivers at different layers. That was a better decision there. He was able to find his receiver okay. Unfortunately for Alberta, Stefan made a nice play, knocked the ball loose, and Alberta's forced to punt on a 2-0.
And there's Bowen, the kicker. He's been busy in this first half. And back again is Mr. Kemp, standing around his 27-yard line waiting for Bowen. Bowen with the kick, good booming kick, chasing Kemp back to his 21. Here he comes now on the right side. Kemp picks up a nice block, still on his feet, and gets to about the 40. And that's where Saskatchewan will begin another drive here with 5 minutes to go in the opening half.
Good return there by Kemp, and he's not dancing around. He's just going north-south, getting some positive yards. So their field position here is going to be pretty good. And let's see if Saskatchewan continues to feed the ball to Kemp, as he seems to be their go-to guy here on the offensive side of the ball.
Again, I'm surprised they haven't run the ball.
I am too.
More often.
I am too. They've really thrown way more than I thought they would in this game. So
maybe
trying to keep us on our toes up here in the broadcast.
Yeah, taking some notes too from what Quebec tried to do against Alberta, and Alberta able to shut that high-powered offense down. So 1st and 10. Little bubble screen here. Yeah, right to Kemp. Kemp gets into the 40, trying to get to the corner of the 45, and he'll be chased down from behind. A gain of 8, maybe 9. It'll be 2nd and short. For Team Saskatchewan, in on the stop was Tyson Sopp.
Good job there. Just swing it out there to Kemp. He's able to. Isn't able to get it in full stride, but he can get to full speed going pretty good. He's a big. He looks taller than. They say he's 6 foot in our roster here. To me, he looks taller than that, but he's a powerful runner. Gets a good gain on 1st down. 2nd and short for Saskatchewan.
They're going to call it 2nd and 2 from their own 48-yard line, with 4:09 to go in this opening half. 10-0. Saskatchewan with the lead. Ashman in the backfield. Barsic takes the snap. Then will hand to Ashman, goes up the middle, gets the 1st down and more, bounces off a tackler with a spin with some great speed into Alberta territory. Now down to the 44-yard line. Great job by Ashman. Now a flag comes in at the end, but Ashman hit that hole with speed. He makes a nice spin play here.
He hit that hole perfectly with speed. His spin was perfectly timed as well. Very late flag on this one. I didn't see anything as I was watching the replay screen in Ashman. It's going to be an unnecessary roughness against Saskatchewan, so I didn't see what that one does, but that's going to be a costly penalty as they'll go back 15 yards.
Here's the call.
After the ball is dead, unnecessary roughness, 60 Saskatchewan, 15 yards penalty, 1st down.
That's Tristan Scott, or pardon me, Kyle McNean.
Pénalité, Saskatchewan, rudesse.
That is whistled with the infraction and all the way back inside Saskatchewan territory to their own 51.
The good news is it was after the play, so they still will set up 1st and 10, but it is going back 15 yards.
Barsic in his shotgun. They give to Ashman. Why not? Ashman going to try the left side. This time he is knocked backwards. Great job by Ashton Hope to come through the line to get Ashman.
Nice play there by Hope. As you can see here, he's right at the bottom of your screen here, and he'll just come right in. Ashman dancing around a little bit. He can't find a hole to go through. Hope's right there. Host of Alberta jerseys brings him down after pretty much no gain on the play.
Maybe that's why they're throwing a little bit more often.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ashmans have had a couple nice runs, but Alberta's defense, especially the run defense, very stingy.
Parker and Hope and Sama did a great job on that defensive line. 2nd and 9 for Team Saskatchewan. Barsic going to go to the air this time. Barsic hit as he throws. His throw is intercepted. Picked off down the field. Zach Valentine gets a lovely interception.
Yeah, he just got an early or late Valentine present there, as unfortunately for Saskatchewan, Vlasic wasn't able to step into that throw. That was all arm, as he had a host of pressure in his face, not able to step into it. So that one just kind of floated up and sailed, and Valentine's able to get an interception. Yet another turnover in this game, and for a first half or almost first half of action here with the amount of turnovers that we had, I'm shocked only 10-0.
Yeah, You're right.
Both teams have turned the ball over a few times in this first half.
1st and 10 from their own 40. Empty backfield for Page. Quick drop. He's going to hit Falconer on the near side here. Gets to the 45. Now the 50. Falconer gets to midfield and will be pushed into Saskatchewan territory. Best play for Alberta offensively so far.
Great quick throw, timing bang on with Page and Faulkner, and makes a man miss there. You can see Clazy does a good job blocking his defensive player right there. Nice play by Saskatchewan, and good yak there by Faulkner after a good block by Clazy.
So into Saskatchewan territory, I think for the first time in this first half. Ball be placed at the Saskatchewan 53-yard line. Page again in the shotgun. Quick drop again, Falconer, same play. Falconer is pushed down immediately as soon as he makes the catch by Daniel Thornton with the tackle.
Well, they're going to call that one incomplete on the play, so we'll see on the replay. I thought he had it too, but it looks like they're going to call it incomplete as now Alberta makes a couple substitutions here, but 2nd and 10 on the play, exact same play it looked like by Alberta. Unfortunately for this time, Faulkner and Page, they weren't able to connect for yardage for Alberta.
All right, so my apologies. 2nd and 10. Page again in his shotgun. Throwing down here. Here comes Saskatchewan. He's going to roll to his left, then cut it back, then keep going left. Page is all over the place right now, and he will be stopped. Just no flow to that play for Team Alberta. Page was unsure where he was going to go, and he ultimately takes the sack.
Yeah, so far I like Page. Like Page has had some success running the ball in this tournament. But I like the fact that so far today, I think he's had his most success when he just stands back, throws the ball in his 3rd step. I think he's getting himself in a little bit of trouble sometimes when he's rolling out too much. If I'm Alberta, I'd have him sit back, let him drop back and throw the ball, see what happens. Because right now when they're rolling him out, they're not a whole lot of success.
Yeah. Those quick developing plays, though, have worked well for Alberta if they can keep that going. Bowen has to climb the ladder to get that snap. Good high kick here for Bowen, as Kemp will get it at his own 25-yard line. Gets to the 30, makes a move, 35, and then runs right into a tackler at the 35 and push backwards. We'll see where forward progress gives him. But Saskatchewan will start at their own 34.
Really good downfield coverage there by Alberta. Even number 17 right there, although he doesn't make the tackle, he forces Kemp to cut the ball up. First, he could have very easily gone within the 5-yard radius. He didn't. So he didn't take a penalty for Alberta, which was great. And then he forced Kemp to cut up, and the rest of the cavalry was there to tackle him.
Cohen Gardner making that good inside containment. 10-0 the score. Saskatchewan with the lead, 1:52 to go in the opening half of the Football Canada Cup gold medal game. Congratulations, by the way, to Team Quebec for winning the bronze earlier today. Back to the lefty in Lloyd. Lloyd will hand it here to Ashman. Ashman, no room to move at all. Good coverage there on the run defense by Team Alberta.
Yeah, very good team defense there by the front of Alberta. And you can see they control the scrimmage. They're pushing back there. Good job there. And there's a host of white sweaters, number 40, number 56. They're all in on that play. There is a flag on the play, it looks like. Or the referee was coming over looking to.
Yeah, it looked like you wanted to say something.
You just wanted to say, maybe just wanted to say hello, or
Possibly.
Or is there must be a timeout on the play?
Well, both teams are leaving the field.
Has there been lightning? Did somebody see?
No.
Both teams are leaving the field. So we're in the broadcast booth here, so we can't see. We're wondering if the game has been delayed.
Or in a lightning delay. There is lightning in the area.
Wow. Okay.
They were calling for this. We talked about it on the forecast. So we didn't see it up here in the Apple Bowl, but we can't see necessarily what's behind us. So now they're going to call everybody to shelter in the stands here in the Apple Bowl, remove both teams, send them into the change room. This was potentially in the forecast as well. So I think, and don't quote me on it, but I think what usually they try and do is literally wait 30 minutes and then assess it. So
30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see if they, and there's certain amount of timing that you have to do to not hear thunder after lightning type of thing before you can get going. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens if that's what they're going to do, but that's usually one of the protocols I've seen used at various levels. All
right, well, with 1:46 to go in the opening half, 10-0 Saskatchewan, I guess we'll step aside and fill you in when we know more. But we are in a lightning delay here in Kelowna. This is a new experience for me, my first ever lightning delay. I've been in rain delays, been in hail delays, but never a lightning delay.
Yeah, this is great. And it came out of nowhere. Like, we didn't hear any thunder or any lightning strikes that we could see from where our vantage point is. But, again, we can't tell what's happening behind us. So they will remove everybody from the field and obviously talk to the officials. That's usually what happens now, is they want to make sure obviously the safety of the players and the officials and the fans is first and foremost here, and they'll follow the procedures and hopefully get back to action soon.
Should we seek lower altitude?
I think we're okay
We're
here.
okay?
I think because it's concrete, but you stay up here. I'll run down. I'll run down and see if that's the case.
You run out there with the metal rod. You tell me how it's
I got my
doing out there.
golf club in the car, so hold that up and see what happens.
All right, well, we'll step aside with 1:46 to go in the opening half, 10-0 Saskatchewan, as we are in a lightning delay here at the Football Canada Cup gold medal game.
Honey dripping honey from the holler in Kentucky, get you flipping kind of trippy like a Mississippi hippie. She's a Kansas princess, crazy mother trucker, undercover lover, thick southern drawl, sexy swinging wall, brother she's all country. From her cowboy boots to her down home roots, she's country. From the song she plays to the prayer she prays, that's the way she was born and raised. She ain't afraid to stay country. Nothing but country. Oh, show 'em how a country girl does it one time now. Yes, sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder.
Thunder, 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 thunder,
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleeds.
thunder, 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 thunder,
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
thunder, 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 thunder,
Teams are warming up for about 5 minutes, and then we will resume this gold medal game. We thank everybody for their patience and understanding during this brief lightning event.
That's my fam, I'll hold them down forever. Us against the world, we can battle whoever. Together ain't no way we gon' fail. You know I got your back, just like a turtle shell. Nobody do it better. All my brothers tryna get some cheddar. We all wanna cut like the shredder. Me and my bros come together for the dough. Bought the orange Lamborghini, call it Michelangelo. With the nunchuck dough, and I'm pulling up slow. When we fall up in the party, they know anything goes. Shake my Rolex, it say I'm the man of the hour. All this green in my pockets, you can call it turtle power. Ain't nothing that could come in between me and my brothers. We all around if it's going down. It's just us, all for one. Yeah, you hearing right, our business done. We disappear into the night. Came up together, so we all down for the fight. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Family ain't nothing strong as that. And I'll be posted where the strong as that. Brothers by my side, city on my back. Real heroes, that's what the people want. They ain't born, gotta create them. Saying we gone soon as we save them. That's part of the plan. By my side, I'ma keep my brothers. Live or die, man, we need each other.
Welcome back inside a lightning-free Apple Bowl here in Kelowna. Whoa, we had a heck of a storm roll through here. Saw a little bit of lightning, but a ton of rain, as you can maybe see on the field. It's going to be a little mucky out there on the field. But welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Halftime, I guess, is now in the books, if you want to put it that way. It's Ryan Waters and Tyler McLaren alongside as we get set for the remainder, we hope, of this Football Canada Cup gold medal game. Saskatchewan and Alberta. Saskatchewan up 10-0. There's still a minute 46 left in technically the second quarter. They're going to play that minute 46, then take a short 2-minute break, and then start with the third quarter, so we're not going to have an actual halftime, although we had about a 30-minute halftime to go. So it's 2nd and 8 as we resume play, as Saskatchewan's going to go deep down the field looking for a receiver. It's caught. And a flag comes in at the end, but the pass is caught. Festive Julian made the reception. And what is the flag about? Perhaps pass interference.
I'm guessing pass interference because they're moving down into Alberta territory. So I'm guessing this is going to be pass interference against Alberta, and it is. So they'll decline this penalty. But what a great start coming out of the lightning delay here at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna, and that came on pretty quickly. So
both teams had a lot of time to talk things over.
Yeah, they did. So there was the 30-minute delay that we had or thereabouts. So it's good to be back on the field. Like I say, it's probably going to, Brian said, it's probably going to be a little wet down there, but at least the rain looks to have stopped, and the sky looks pretty clear above us now. So hopefully no more interruptions for the rest of this evening.
1st and 10 from the Alberta 38. Bosick is going to give it to Ashton. Ashton's going to go up the field. He's got some room to run to the 15 and knocked down finally at the 10-yard line by Carter Ashman, all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
Great run there by Ashman. As again, he looks to be now maybe a bit injured on this play as he's back to his feet. So he's just maybe a long run, maybe a little bit winded there, but great run there by Ashman. And now Saskatchewan coming out right out of the break. Big catch there. Now a big run, and they're knocking on Alberta's door.
Holy moly, they have come out flying. Perhaps they caught lightning?
Lightning in a bottle, maybe. Who knows?
1st and 10. From the 11, they mark it. They give it to Ashman again, and why not? But this time he's bounced off as he gets a hit in the backfield. It bounces off and gets to the 10, a long way for a gain of 1, but at least he did gain a yard.
Yeah, he got to gain a 1 on that one. You can see he has to bounce there because Alberta gets some pretty good penetration there from the defensive line. And then he's just trying to get what he can as the Alberta cavalry comes in to try and tackle him there. So very little gain, if any, maybe a yard on that play. But Saskatchewan's in a good spot here. This is a big play here because if Saskatchewan can score, they're up by 3 scores. If Alberta holds them, it's still a 2-score game.
2nd and 9 from the 10. Back to pass. Into the end zone and out of the reach of his intended receiver. As Barsick, I think, threw it a little bit earlier than he wanted to. And he threw it over the head of the intended receiver.
Yeah, he had some pressure in his face there. Threw that a little sooner than he wanted to. Alberta had a good stunt there up front with the defensive line. They were able to get in there, maybe make the throw a little bit sooner than he had to. This is a big break for Alberta because, like I said, if they score there, if Saskatchewan scores there, it's a 17-0 game. 13-0, you're still within 2 scores.
It's a 17-yard field goal attempt for the kicker, and it's up and good. Carter Casey knocks through his 2nd field goal of tonight's ballgame.
Fast coming out there by Saskatchewan as they, like I say, they were quick to strike there. That took just over a minute or so as I think we came back on the air with about 1:30 left in this 2nd quarter. So that was a pretty fast down the field that Saskatchewan went. So they'll be happy with extending their lead to 13-0 over Alberta.
So still 32 seconds remaining technically in the 2nd quarter. And 13-0 the score. Alberta is just going to take the football at the 35 and say, forget about the kickoff, let's get going. We'll see what their offense was able to drum up during the lightning delay. We know Saskatchewan came up with a couple decent plays and got themselves 3 points. So 1st and 10 from their 35. Page back on the field with Ramirez in the backfield. They'll fake it to Ramirez. Nobody bought the fake. Page is going to somehow fight for about 3 yards, but he was dead to rights in the backfield, but still able to get positive yards as nobody fooled on the play action.
Yeah, nobody was fooled on that as there's 3 green jerseys sitting there looking at Josh Page. To his credit, I thought that was going to be a 3 or 4 yard loss.
Yeah.
He actually ended up getting about 3 yards on the play. So you see the power in his legs when he is trying to run. He does run forward, drags a Saskatchewan player, gets positive yards for Alberta.
2nd and 7. Here comes the Saskatchewan blitz. They give it to the receiver on the end around. He gets to the 45 and pushed out of bounds just before he gets to the 50-yard line. Civitaris with the carry, and the Alberta team gets the 1st down.
Yeah, nice play there by Civitaris as the big boys up front. You can see he's got the corner right there. He hasn't been touched and went through that whole play there. As Ethan Lang came over just at the end there to make sure he went out of bounds, but Civitaris was untouched on that play. There's an injured Saskatchewan player there. But good run there by Civitaris, gets the 1st down. Alberta now has pretty good field position up past their 45. They're probably at about the 47-yard line.
Just 7 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. Can't make out the number that is the injured Saskatchewan player. Down to a knee. It's Carlos MacArthur. 6'1" defensive lineman, 235 out of Regina. The Miller Marauders. And they still attend to Carlos. The trainer is out there.
Yeah, the players looked unfazed on the sidelines there as they're just happy to be back in action here. And as we get a look at the Saskatchewan bench and now over to the Alberta bench. So they just want to get out and play. And I'm sure they probably, as soon as they went in the locker room, probably just said, let us out. We want to get out there and play and finish this thing.
You know, these teams, these kids from Saskatchewan, Alberta, they're no stranger to lightning storms and certainly no stranger to rainstorms. They probably played through a lot worse than we actually saw and delayed here.
Yeah, you want to be safe and everything with everything as we get a look at the skies above the Apple Bowl. So it looks a little bit more friendly than it did about 40 minutes ago or so.
And MacArthur, by the way, up under his own power, and he's walking off the field. So that's good news. So 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. Again, there will not be a halftime. There'll be about a 2-minute break for teams to switch ends, maybe get a drink of water, and then they'll resume action. So from the 47, it's 1st and 10 as Page is going to have his pass blocked. Right back into his face, the big mitts of Matthew Zeierler, able to knock it down.
Yeah, nice play by Zeierler there. Again, he wasn't going to be able to get to Page, but he saw that Page was trying to swing it out to his left there and did the next best thing on knocking that ball down.
So 2nd and 10, we'll have one more play here in the second quarter with 3 seconds to go. So far, we haven't really seen any players slip and slide as much as I thought they would be. The Apple Bowl draining nicely. So 2nd and 10 for Page in the offense. Page will hand to Ramirez. He'll try the right side,
nice
has
run.
some room, gets into Saskatchewan territory, gets the first down, and a little bit more. Now some pushing and shoving, no flags. Nice to see. The referee keeping the flag in the pocket. And that is the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, nice run there right by, I think that was Ramirez off number 24, I believe, was that?
Yep.
Yeah, so Ramirez on that one. Nice run there, just straight north-south running by him, and that was a nice run there to end this, I guess, technically end this first half, and now it looks like they'll take a minute and a half or so break and get back out there for the third quarter.
Is it tough to get the juices going again after a long delay like that?
It is, and the problem is, I mean, these guys had a bit of a warm-up coming out of there, but it's just, like, players and even coaches are so creatures of habit that the minute something like this happens, I mean, it's fair for both teams, so nobody has an advantage or disadvantage, but knowing how players and coaches are such creatures of habit, this kind of throws them off.
Mm-hmm.
And they like everything so, I mean, you know how players are. They wear the same socks, the same shoes, the same this, the same that. So when something isn't quite jiving the way it normally jives, and in this case we had a lightning delay, it can throw them off.
There's a lot of green in the stands. Some orange left over from Team BC in their victory back at 4 o'clock. They beat Manitoba 31-19. So BC will be the 5th-ranked team going into next year's Canada Cup. The way it looks as we know right now, the 3rd-ranked team will be Quebec. 4 will be Ontario. BC will be 5. Manitoba 6. Nova Scotia 7. And New Brunswick will be the 8th seed, which will play the winner of this game in the opening game in 2023 in Edmonton, which will be the host city. And obviously the winner of this game will be number 1. The loser will be number 2.
Yeah, that's all down to this. It's been a great 8 or 9 days or whatever, however long we've been here. The days are all kind of blurred into one, but but it's been a great event here in Kelowna, and the local organizing committee have done a great job, and this sets the table up, and for this last game, we'll set the table up for next year.
And here we go after the quarter break. A ball that was skipped to Clazy. He'll pick it up at his own 12, and here he comes. It's the 20 on the 25. Clazy almost broke it. Knocked down at the 36-yard line. Boy, he hit that hole with speed, and I thought he was going to break free, but somebody caught him from behind.
He was very close, Clazy was, to being able to break in that one, and I'd be surprised if we don't hear from him before the end of this game. He hasn't been overly effective yet on offense, and I wouldn't be surprised if Page starts to look in his direction, because he made a couple big plays against Quebec, but also made the big play and the big catch against BC in that first-round game. So I'd be surprised if we don't hear from him before this night is over.
Page hasn't had a ton of time to throw, though. So
that's true.
Clazy, who's got to get down the field to make a move or two, but that good defensive line for Saskatchewan able to break through. So 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Ball at the right hash. Page in a shotgun. Page A quick strike to Falconer makes the reception to the 40, the 45, and he should have enough for a first down. Good yards after catch for Falconer.
Yeah, good quick throw, and that's what I mean by Page has got lots of time. He's got a good passing lane to throw this out to Faulkner. Good block there. Clazy again on his blocking, does a good job there. Faulkner does it with his legs, first down. But that's what I like more what Page is doing. When he's had success, the ball's been out of his hands really quick, and it's into the hands of the receivers faster. When he's rolled out tonight, I think that's played right into Saskatchewan's hands.
Gain of 12 on the reception by Falconer. 11:03, early stages of the third quarter. It's 13-0 Saskatchewan with a lead. Alberta needs a score. They give it to Ramirez. He'll go up the middle into Saskatchewan territory. Good hard-nosed running by Ramirez right up the gut, and it's a gain of 7.
Yeah, first down, it's always important to get positive yards. You want to have second and manageable. That's a great run by Ramirez. Nothing fancy about that one. Just got behind the big boys up front. Ran north-south. Didn't dance in the hole, which coaches and the offensive linemen can't stand when running backs do that. So just a good run, good hard run by Ramirez there. Alberta now into Saskatchewan territory.
Ramirez out of Fort McMurray, 5'9", 180. And he's in the backfield again with Page in a 2nd and 3. Here comes Saskatchewan on the blitz. And Page will bring it down under his arm. He'll fall forward for a gain of maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and 1. I think you got to go for it if you're Alberta.
Yeah, it's going to be decision time on the Alberta bench, and we'll see what they decide to do. He's definitely going to be short of this, but Page is trying to, you can see, just trying to drive his legs there as much as possible. It's going to be, I would say he's going to need a full yard from our vantage point there. So decision time for Alberta. I would think they would go for it. Yep. Ramirez has been hitting the hole pretty hard. I would think maybe him on a off tackle to the right side or left side, but it always worries me when they're in the shotgun. It's just the handoff happens so deep in this backfield, so we'll see what happens.
There's the play call. They do give it to Ramirez, and he will get the first down. Good hard-nosed running again by Ramirez off the right side, and does get the necessary yards.
And you can see there's zero dancing there. That is what one Saskatchewan player had dove to try and trip him up from the left end position there. I didn't make out a number, but that was just really good running by Ramirez. He knew what he had to do. Don't dance, don't stop, no jukes, no jives. Just get the yard and move the sticks for your offense. 1st
and 10 from the Saskatchewan 49. Page in the shotgun. Page back to throw. Civitaris is going to make this reception on the far side. Civitaris hits the hole with speed, gets to the 40-yard line as he's wrestled down there. Shy of the first down, pickup of 8 or 9 for Civitaris.
Nice play as Civitaris gets himself more involved in the offense here, and this is just a swing pass out. It's an easy completion for Page, but if we get a replay on this, and if you're a receiver out there watching and you're a high school player or younger, if you got a chance to see how those two receivers out there block for Alberta, that is exactly what you want to see. And they blocked hard, the Saskatchewan defense. That's why they were able to pick up 8 yards.
2nd and 2. Page in a shotgun. Page going to hand it here to Ramirez. He goes nowhere. Good defense there by Saskatchewan, able to knock down the ball carrier Ramirez. It was Hayden Russell making the stop out of Yorkton.
Yeah, and it looked like Saskatchewan got really good penetration there. They tried to run off the left-hand side. Then Ramirez almost looked like he did lose his footing. That's the first time I think I've seen somebody where it looks like their footing might have played a role in it, even though Saskatchewan did get good penetration. So Alberta's got the punt team out right now. We'll see if there's any funny business here with a fake, but right now they're set to punt the ball.
Which is kind of surprising after going for it earlier.
This one was a little longer, though, so I think they want to pin Saskatchewan.
Kemp gets it at his own 10, now the 15. Kemp hits it to the 20 and gets about to the 24-yard line. And that's where Saskatchewan will take over here with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Good cover teams there for Alberta as they were able to get down. The punt was high, which is what you want to see, allowing for the cover teams to get down the field. And they kicked it on the opposite, outside the hash marks, and that's something the coaches always like to see. So it limits the return options for the returners. He's basically going to just take that one straight ahead, get what he can, and that's what Kemp did.
Braden Barsak will come back out from Regina. Quarterback who came in as a reliever. As in the first quarter, we saw each quarterback platoon each series. We're sticking with Barsak now. Barsak's throw is caught on the far side by Julian. Julian will gets positive yards to about the 30. Should be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 after the reception by Festus Julian.
I think both of these teams, if you watch this from the outside of this game, That's where they're having success. Both quarterbacks, both teams, when the ball's out of their hands really quick. All these teams have dynamic playmakers, so they can crack one. Either of these teams can crack one at any time. They all have dynamic receivers. They all have guys that can make a guy miss. And that's what I think they're the most successful is when they get the ball out of their hands very quickly.
And you see the quarterback, Barsick, leave for Lloyd. So they bring in the lefty on a 2nd and 5. So Lloyd now takes the snap. Lloyd's going to take off. Lloyd on the quarterback draw has the first down and more. He will slide to about the 42-yard line. And that looked like a design quarterback draw the entire way.
100% that's a design quarterback draw. Spreads them out the back. You can see leaks out at right before a pre-snap. And that's just Lloyd finding a seam. And it's basically a search play for him. He's just trying to find. He probably doesn't have a designed hole to have to go through. He's just designing to see where the hole is created by his big boys up front. He finds it, moves the sticks for Saskatchewan.
1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Lloyd going to stay in the game. And Lloyd thought about a quick pass. Now he's going to roll to his right side and just throw it into the out-of-bounds area.
A good decision there. He was trying to come to his left. The Alberta defender didn't get a number there because he jumped that route really fast, and that forced Lloyd to have to pull it down as we see the quarterback switching in and out again here. But he had no other choice there. Alberta jumped that fast hitch route or the screen route, and Lloyd was forced to pull it down and now throw it incomplete and play 2nd down.
Bring the righty back in, Barsick.
It's kind of like baseball. They go lefty, righty, righty, lefty.
They're playing the matchups. So 2nd and 10 for Barsick. Barsick's pass is dropped by Ashman on the far sideline, and that's going to do it for Saskatchewan in their drive. They're going to have to kick.
Yeah, they weren't going to get a first down there as they were trying to run that even into the boundary side. So even if it was completed, not a lot of room there to turn up field and try and get a first down. So would have been a minimal gain if it was a completion. And you wonder, like sometimes you'll see that teams will have a quarterback play a series or 2 or 3. This is kind of, and I'm wondering how this affects the quarterbacks themselves. One play they're in, one play they're out. Like it's a unique thing that Saskatchewan's doing, but to their credit, they're up 13 points.
Barsick is going to kick it away. Good high kick by Barsick. And Falconer will let it bounce, and it will bounce out of bounds. Good roll by, good Saskatchewan roll, and it gets down to the 39, and that's where the Alberta offense will take over.
Bit of a mistake there by Faulkner. I think if he had a chance to play that one over again, he would have tried to get up there and catch that ball in the air. Avoid the bounce, maybe get a no yards penalty in your favor. So that one unfortunately didn't work out in their favor, and now they'll be scrimmaging a little further back than they may have wanted to after the bounce, the Saskatchewan bounce.
With 5:35 to go 3rd quarter, is this a must-score possession?
I don't think it is yet. I mean, they're still within the 2 scores. If Saskatchewan had gotten 7 instead of 3 on the last possession, maybe. But two possessions, there's lots of time left in this one, in my opinion.
1st and 10 from the 39. Page, empty backfield. Page going to roll out to his right side, has a receiver. Civitares makes the reception, but Saskatchewan, good gang coverage and able to stop Civitares after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, nice tackling there. Saskatchewan swarms to this one. You'll see number 26. I think he's Eric Weeb come in there and finish him off there. But that's good team defense by Saskatchewan. Civitares didn't have a whole lot of options there to gain positive yards for Alberta.
I guess if you're Alberta, you're happy it was positive yards. So it's 2nd and, well, they didn't give him much though. 9.5, I guess. A half-yard completion. And Page looking at a 2nd and 9, and Saskatchewan going to send 5. Page is going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage once again. It is Hayden Russell able to put pressure on the quarterback and knock him down.
Yeah, and this one, Page has nowhere to go because Saskatchewan's pass rush is all almost at one level. You can see there's 3 guys that are at the exact same level when they're rushing the passer. Where sometimes quarterbacks will be able to sneak out is when one defensive end is way upfield, a defensive tackle is 5 or 8 yards behind, and a good quarterback like Page will be able to sneak and find a hole to escape the backfield. In that case, Saskatchewan came with a balanced rush and was able to get him.
MacArthur is going to share that sack as well, as Bowen will kick this one away. Good high kick angling towards Kemp. He'll get it at his own 35. Kemp going to run down the 35-yard line, then cut it up, gets to the 40, and good coverage by Alberta. Got to the 44-yard line, and that's where Saskatchewan will take over.
Very nice coverage there by Alberta, and that one was very close. And number 17, Colton Gardner, made a good special team play on that one, because if Kemp is able to get the corner, Saskatchewan was setting up the return, the wall to their right, Alberta's left. And if Colton Gardner doesn't make Kemp cut inside of him, they might have been able to set up that wall. So good special teams play by number 17, Colton Gardner.
And Saskatchewan going to send out the lefty again, and Lloyd with Ashman behind him. Lloyd's got 3 receivers to his left. He's the left-handed quarterback. He's going to give it to Ashman. Ashman will try the left side. Ashman, good hard running, gets to the 50-51 and picks up 7 yards.
Yeah, really hard running there, and the pile gets pushed forward with Ashman on first down here. As you can see, ball in his left hand, which is where it's supposed to be. Once he gets in traffic, you can see 2 hands on that ball. Good ball security there by Ashman. It's exactly how you're supposed to do it if you're Team Saskatchewan running the football.
To the 51, so yeah, 2nd and 3. Lloyd is going to stay in as the quarterback. So far, the platooning has worked for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it probably affects the players more than it affects the team, but you just wonder, one play in, one play out, how these guys are able to do it. But they're both talented guys, so they're probably able to adjust.
So here's Lloyd. Gives it to Ashman, a little misdirection. Ashman to midfield, gets the first down inside Alberta territory to the 50-yard line. Good carry by Ashman again, and Saskatchewan moving the football.
Really nice, and you can see 2 pullers from Saskatchewan as they come around running the counter play there. Number 33 gets his arm on the outside a little bit there on the Alberta defender there. Probably lucky he didn't get a holding call, because as soon as referees see that arm outside on the outer part of the shoulder pad, that's usually where the orange thing hits the floor here at the Apple Bowl. But good run there as they run the counter and get a first down.
To the 51 of Alberta, 1st and 10 for Lloyd and company. Lloyd going to give it, fake it to Ashman. Picks it down, brings it down, and attempts to hit Tyrell Moore, but falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Good play fake there by Saskatchewan. Unfortunately for Moore, the ball was thrown a little bit behind him, or he sat nicely down in the zone, would have had more than enough for a first down, but unfortunately for that, Lloyd's pass was a little bit behind him, and Moore wasn't able to corral it.
So 2nd and 10 now from the Alberta 51-yard line. Oh, pardon me. No, it is 2nd down.
Yep.
Where's Alberta lining up?
Watch, they're going to end up coming with some pressure here.
Interesting.
Screen.
Here comes the pressure. Lloyd is going to be hit as he throws.
They're going to call him down here, and I bet you they're going to call a sack, because there's no Alberta. There's the flag.
Yeah, there's the flag.
So they're going to call. There's no Saskatchewan player within any amount of yards. You can see he just flings that out to the open turf here. So that's intentional grounding. It'll be 3rd down, or they'll be sending out the punt team now.
The defensive line for Alberta was about 4 or 5 yards back.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen this. I think we saw this when they played Quebec in one of the games earlier, but It's a unique thing where they're almost going to be able to time their. It's almost like a blitz. Like now the linemen are actually playing linebacker and they're blitzing, so it's not a bad defensive coverage or defensive front to use when you're in a passing situation. Not ideal when you're going to try and run the ball, because now all of a sudden you're giving up that yardage, but it causes a bit of problem for the offensive line, because they don't know who necessarily might be coming and who might be dropping out.
And why are you so far away?
Yeah.
And Barczyk with the punt in the direction of Clazy, although Clazy won't be able to handle it as it ends up in the Saskatchewan bench off the trainer's table.
If he almost got that one right in the garbage can, right at the thing.
That would have been amazing.
That would have brought the crowd here at the Apple Bowl to their feet. As I was watching this, I'm like, if he gets this right in the garbage can, that would have been impressive.
Oh, we would have sent that to Dude Perfect, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
The trick shot.
But a kick, it didn't. He wanted a little bit more down the field, obviously. So that's a break for Alberta. So they will get really good field position after the ball kind of went off the foot a little sideways.
And they'll start with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Saskatchewan, by the way, we haven't talked about this, making their 5th straight appearance in this gold medal game. They're 2-2 in the previous 4, winning the last 2 in 2019 and 2018. Alberta's got some work to do. Clazy makes his first reception at the 54-yard line. Short gain, but Clazy finally gets on the stat sheet.
Yeah, he's been involved on the offense, or on the special team side of the ball with a couple nice returns, but that's, I think, might even be his first catch of the day. But that's pitch and catch. But again, that's where I think Page is at his best, just standing back, zipping the ball out to Clazy or Faulkner or any of the other receivers. That's where they've had success so far today.
2nd and 5 now for this Alberta offense. Page again in a passing situation. Page is going to take off. Page is going to be cut from behind and sacked. Again, 77 Russell was in on the stop.
And you'll see pressure coming from Page's right here as he sees it right away, right there. He sees the guy coming. Number 36 is coming right untouched off the left side of the Saskatchewan defense. Page saw it, but unfortunately he wasn't able to step up. That was Porter Hansen coming in untouched, and Page was able to step up, but not able to get enough yards for the first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Boy, that was a fast third quarter.
Really fast, really fast.
Saskatchewan will get the ball back as Bowman will kick this one away. Good high kick by Bowman, angled towards the sideline. It will bounce out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They'll put it at about the 27.
Yeah, that was pretty close to hitting one of the Saskatchewan blockers, and that would have been a big play for Alberta. And if they were able to, that were to happen and they were hop on it. So this game, it's back and forth. It's been 13-13 now for almost basically a quarter or so. And you just get the feeling again that there's going to be a big play, either a turnover or a special teams play or something, because if somehow that happens, whether it's interception for a touchdown, we could have a 13-7 game. But I just get the feeling there's going to be a big play coming from one of the teams here today.
Let's see if this is it. Barczyk, 1st and 10 from his own 27-yard line. It's a low snap. Barczyk is going to pick it up. He's going to be running for his life now and knocked down at the 15-yard line, even maybe the 14. And it'll be a 2nd and long for Saskatchewan.
Alberta's pointing, they thinking that they have this football. I don't think they're going to win this. I don't think they're going to win this argument. Tough to tell. He looks like he's down there.
Yeah.
So it looks like Alberta was trying to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, and that would have been one of those big plays. Yep. But it's still a big loss. And even on a play like that, as Barczyk was going back to get that ball, a wet field, a wet turf like that, if somehow he slips and can't get there to get on that ball, that could have been the play we were just talking about the play before.
And Lloyd's going to come back in the ball game. He says, "Thanks a lot, Coach. I've got to deal with 2nd and forever." No Lloyd in a shotgun. Another low snap, but he handles it, gives it to Ashman. Ashman is going to be met right there. Good defensive pursuit by Team Alberta, and that will end the third quarter.
Yeah, that was big number 56 there, Sorel Atamakong, with a nice defensive play. Sorry if we mispronounced that one wrong, but nice defensive there play as they try and run the ball. Saskatchewan tries to run the ball there. Alberta sniffed that one out nicely, and now field position favors Alberta.
Yeah, but a very, very quick third quarter. And when you look at these two teams, the third quarter has been, well, very slow as far as points go. Alberta hasn't scored a point in the third quarter all tournament long. Saskatchewan just 7. So the two teams combining for just 7 points in the third quarter in the 4 games that they have played combined.
Yeah, very fast. Like I say, very fast third quarter here at the Apple Bowl. Is, like I say, the skies are clear now. You never would know we had the lightning delay here, but very fast third quarter. Not a lot of penalties, which is always nice, because the speed and the tempo of the game, I find, always seems to go a lot smoother when there's not a flag on every play or every second play. And I think the officials probably know that they want to let the kids decide. They want to let the players decide this one as well. And unless there's something that's obvious, I think the best thing to do is let the players on the field decide it. And I think if you ask both coaches, although they might complain a little bit if something's missed, I think they would probably agree with me on that one.
Once again, this is a rematch of the 2018 gold medal contest. That Saskatchewan won 31-26, so a lot more scoring in that game. And that was in Calgary. Saskatchewan won last time the Canada Cup was played, which was 2019. They won 16-9 against Quebec for gold. So 2-time defending champs are Team Saskatchewan, looking to make it a hat trick here this year. Low line drive kick in the direction of Clazy. He'll pick it up inside Saskatchewan territory at the 53. Clazy is not going to go very far. Great coverage there by Team Saskatchewan, as they had terrific coverage down the field. Scott Adamko holding on. I believe it was Adamko that came through. Oh, my mistake, it was not.
Number 32, it looks like, for Saskatchewan there. So that was Aiden O'Neill getting Clazy before he can come out to the left side. But yeah, Saskatchewan was very good in that last Canada Cup in 2019 when Queens hosted it in Kingston, Ontario. So great event that year in 2019 as well.
Were you there for that one?
I was there for that one. It's great.
1st and 10 from the 53 of Saskatchewan. Page down the field has Clazy on a seam pattern. Clazy inside the 35 to about the 34.
Really nice catch here by Clazy, and he's been an offensive force all tournament for Alberta. And you can see him there. He goes right down the seam like you mentioned. And the way he turns his body there, you can't quite see it at the end of it. But he positioned himself and turned himself quite nicely. And that was a really hard catch. That it looked like an easy catch, but it was actually quite a hard catch. And then he took a pop in the back where he to be able to hold on to that one. So that's a big play by Clazy.
They'll mark it at the 33. 1st and 10 from there. Page in a shotgun. Ramirez behind him. Here comes the blitz. Ramirez will get the handoff and hit immediately. Well timed by Saskatchewan on that blitz. Is breaking through the line was Porter Hansen again. He's been terrific, and he was able to bust through the line along with, I believe it was MacArthur.
Yeah, Carlos MacArthur was there in that one there. And that, unfortunately, for Alberta is they ran right into where Saskatchewan was blitzing. So that one had little chance of success as there was a Saskatchewan player coming off Alberta's right side of their offensive line. He was coming in untouched. So not a lot of chance for Alberta to have much success on that play.
Loss of 2, back to the 35. It's 2nd and 12. Page in his shotgun. Ramirez picks up the block with a nice, or picked up the blitz with a block, and now Page is going to be wrestled down to the ground at about the 30-yard line. As he got to the corner, just couldn't get much more than that.
Yeah, he ran
There's
out of
the
real
block.
estate. Ran out of real estate there. You can see him kind of trying to direct his receivers down. He gets the corner on number 34, able to tiptoe down the sidelines. But decision time here. I'm surprised that Alberta is going to try a field goal attempt here, as we're going to be under 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
The long field goal attempt will be the longest that I've seen in this tournament.
There was a big one earlier that was by, I believe it was Ontario, over 40 yards.
Oh, wow.
So, excuse me, Quebec was over 40. So
37
this is pretty
yards.
long. This is pretty long though too.
37-yard attempt. The kick is up, plenty of length, but it's wide left. So into the end zone,
Just gotta
and
get it out.
they're going to try to get it out. That would be Kemp.
Yeah, Kemp tried to bring it out. He kind of bobbled. I don't think he got it out. That's going to be a rouge for Team Alberta. I was a little surprised there because as we're under now almost 9.5 minutes left here in this 4th quarter, even if they get the 3 points, it's still a 2-score game for Alberta to try and overcome. So I thought they might have gone gambling there because it wasn't a massively long 3rd down, but they do get the rouge. That's the good news. They're on the board, but they need to make up some points here as the 4th quarter ticks down.
James Keane, though, showing us some leg power there as he was able to knock it from 37 just wide, but still he had the leg power.
Yeah, lots of leg there, and that was pretty close too because the official took a long look at that under the uprights here at the Apple Bowl.
So 1st and 10, now the score 13-1. Saskatchewan with the ball at their own 35, and Lloyd going to start this series, or at least this play. Lloyd the lefty. Lloyd going to fake it to Ashman, roll to his left, looking down the field, and he overthrows his intended receiver. Breaking down the middle of the field was Festus Julian, and couldn't quite get that connection with Lloyd.
Yeah, I like the play call there. They tried to stretch the field with Julian. Lloyd's forced to pull here and throw this ball probably sooner than he wants to because Alberta came. I didn't get a number on the pass rush there from Alberta, but the pass rusher on the right side of their defense, I didn't get which number it was, might have been a linebacker. He came up and forced Lloyd to pull up and throw that ball. Took a good angle at him. Lloyd threw the ball, incomplete, and 2nd down.
He's going to stay in the game as Lloyd, the lefty, with Ashman in the backfield.
Draw.
Yep, exactly to Ashman, right up the middle of the 40, 45. He's got some room to the 50, and he'll finally be brought down just shy of the midfield stripe. But coming across to make the tackle was Carter Smith, but a terrific run on the draw by Ashman.
Yeah, I like the play call there on 2nd and 10 for Saskatchewan. They haven't really ran a draw play that I can remember in this game yet, but Alberta's probably thinking pass all the way. They drop a draw on them. Carter Smith makes a nice tackle there. Otherwise, Ashman's maybe able to pick up a few extra yards. So good call by Saskatchewan on 2nd and 10.
1st and 10 from the 53 of Saskatchewan with 8:20 to go. Lloyd is going to give it to Ashman again. He's going to try the left side. Ashman trying to get to the corner. Good pursuit by Alberta, but a pickup of about 4 to be 2nd and long for Saskatchewan.
Trying to run a counter there that time with Ashman out to the left, so it's a little slower developing play there. He got more yards than I thought he was going to get because Alberta had some pretty good penetration there by the defensive line, so they are able to get about 4 on that play. They're now into Alberta territory here, so with the clock ticking under 8 minutes, Alberta's got to make a play defensively here pretty soon.
I like the wheels by Ashman. He can get to the hole, get to the corner,
Really
and get
impressive.
around. Is that a Regina?
really like his running style. He's got some good feet.
So 2nd and 6 for Team Saskatchewan. Lloyd back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He gets it off and just in and out of the hands of Bailey. He was right there, couldn't make the interception, and Saskatchewan will punt.
Yeah, it was behind Bailey, and he was playing linebacker there, so that would have been a tough catch for even a receiver, let alone a linebacker there. But ball was behind him there, and that was an opportunity, though. If he could have made that play, made that catch, you never know. He could have been heading in the other direction and break a couple tackles. So good news for Alberta. They get their defense off the field and get their offense back here after this punt.
Barsic back to kick for Team Saskatchewan. In the direction of Clazy. He's going to come up to get it at his own 25. Clazy's hit immediately. Is there not a penalty for no yards?
I would be stunned if there wasn't one, as that was definitely no yards on the play.
Wow.
Clazy's asking the same thing, I think, and he did exactly what a returner is supposed to do in that case. Get under it, catch the ball. You should get the 15-yard penalty there as he caught the ball in the air, so that's a head scratcher there, as there was at least one Saskatchewan player within the 5 radius, if not 2.
So 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Referees have put the flags away, perhaps.
Down by 12. Alberta needs a score here with Page in a shotgun. East behind him. Page to the air. Wants to go down the field. This one tipped, batted, and intercepted. He made the interception. Did Tasman Smith-Windsor.
Yeah, Page is trying to do a lot here. He's looking for his go-to guy, Clazy. There's lots of green sweaters in there. Ethan, I think that's Ethan Lang, 21, with a really nice catch there, and he's been really, really good. No, sorry, that was Smith-Windsor with the catch there, and he's been really good today for Saskatchewan. So that's a big play there. As you can see, Alberta's thinking they're going to have to start trying to stretch the field, maybe force that one into Clazy a little too much.
3rd pick by Team Saskatchewan in this gold medal game. 1st and 10 from the 46. Barsic out to quarterback this Team Saskatchewan. They give it to Ashman, who runs right into a wall as soon as he hits the line of scrimmage.
Excellent job there as Carter Ashman carries the ball there for maybe a yard loss, I would say. We'll see where the ball's marked there, but great defensive play there by the entire front of Alberta as they just swarmed Ashman there. Lost probably about a yard on the play, so maybe half a yard. So going backwards on that particular play for Saskatchewan, but still good field position as they're past their 45-yard line.
2nd and 11 for the boys in green. Big play here. If Alberta can stand, they can get the ball back in fairly good field position, but Barsic is going to go to the air. He's going to go deep down the field as well, looking for his intended receiver, throws it way too far for Kemp. And it's a quick 2 and out for Saskatchewan. They're going to have to kick.
Yeah, good coverage there by Tremblay. He was step for step with the Saskatchewan receiver. So Alberta does what they need to do. We're under 6 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. They needed to stop there. Could not afford even a long drive or a couple first downs for Saskatchewan, as they needed to get their defense off the field. They do that. Now again, they got to make a play either on special teams or offense.
High snap. The kicker will bring it down. That's Barsic, just about blocked. Clazy will come up, has it go through his hands, picks it back up, and Saskatchewan is there to knock him backwards back to the 25-yard line.
Very fortunate there. As you can see, that was nearly blocked by Alberta. That could have been a game-changing play. Clazy fumbled the ball there, collects his footing there, and Saskatchewan's down there in time, but that could have easily been blocked by Alberta. And that could have been problems for Saskatchewan, as they could have picked that up and you never know, take that one to the house.
Game of inches, isn't it?
Oh, totally. And then you look at the net difference in yards.
Exactly.
That's huge.
Exactly. So Alberta will start at their own 25-yard line. Page in a shotgun. Page, here comes the pressure. Page keeps his feet somehow, and then he'll be caught from behind after he gets a gain of maybe 2. And it'll be 2nd and long. Page did a great job to at least avoid the sack. Here come the pressure. Yeah. Look at that.
2 green jerseys. There's 3. There's 4. Page was able to break through. One of them comes back to make a nice tackle there, but that's Page all by himself gaining that 1 yard. But Alberta's going to need a lot more here than just 1 yard runs by Page. You've got to get the ball vertical down the field.
2nd and 9 for Josh Page. In a shotgun. Page to the air. Civitaris, he'll make the reception. Civitaris gets to the 25. Tackle. Yeah, that was great coverage there. High number 22 and green Ethan Lang made a nice tackle. And it looks like it'll be a quick tune out for Team Alberta.
Yeah, really nice tackle there. Civitaris is trying to get his momentum going. Again, the swing passes, these slip screens, they're like the Saskatchewan. You see Saskatchewan flow. They're just making tackles, and you're trying to like if you were relying on at least a missed tackle or two just to get a first down. And I think Alberta's at the point with 4.5 minutes left. They need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, they need a turnover now. Where they get the kick away. Good high kick. And it will hit the midfield stripe and then bounce inside the Saskatchewan team bench. And the official will put it at about the 48-yard line, and that's where Team Saskatchewan will take over.
With 4:19 left, if I'm Alberta and I'm on their coaching staff, I'm saying to my defense, we got to create a turnover here, and that's I'd be trying to knock that ball out. I'd be trying to jump routes. I'd be trying you've got to create something here.
Yeah.
And first guy hold him up, next guy's come in and just start to knock that ball out. Saskatchewan's the exact opposite. If you're on offense, you're saying 2 hands on the ball security. That's the message I would be giving from the Saskatchewan side of the offensive ball.
Barsic will lead the troops at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. They give it to Ashman. Ashman right up the middle. Still fighting for yardage. Still moving the pile. And gets to about midfield.
I totally lost him with my eyesight in person here and even on the monitor in front of us here, the Apple Bowls. I thought that was going to be maybe a yard or two gain, and all of a sudden he kind of squirted it through there with a mass of green jerseys, and that's a heck of a run there. That's just straight ahead. Gets about 6 or 7, probably closer to 7 on that one. That's about 4 or 5 more than I thought he was going to get.
Yeah, it is 7. So 2nd and 3 from midfield. Barsic's going to go in a shotgun, 3:30 and ticking. In this gold medal game at the Football Canada Cup. They give it to Ashman again, and he's met this time in the backfield and hammered backwards. Sama with a big hit in the backfield.
Yeah, they're trying to run a counter here. It's slower developing play here. You can see a couple steps he takes to his left. Now he's coming to the right. Samba makes a nice defensive play, and he's got him wrapped up in his arms, and he's not letting go. So that's the stop that Alberta needed. But again, they need to do something. There's a timeout here by Alberta. So right before the 3-minute warning here, I think that's their first in the second half here.
Yeah.
So eventually, I like if they've got a trick play in their repertoire or something fancy. We saw a play against BC where they just froze the 2 defensive backs, the little play fake plays he went right in the middle. They got to get something like that happen here, something that's pull a trick play out of the hat, because they're running out of time here with only 3:17 left.
Civitaris and Falconer are back deep, getting ready to receive this punt coming up after the timeout. The games earlier today, Nova Scotia got their only win of the Canada Cup, a 24-0 shutout over New Brunswick, and then Quebec in the bronze medal game beat Ontario 26-17 to win a medal, and then BC got a victory over Manitoba 31-19. And now here we are in this gold medal game, 13-1, Saskatchewan with the lead with 3:20 to go. Kick by Barsic, good high long kick, but into the bench of Team Alberta. Falconer, the returner, ran into a coach on the sideline.
Yeah, he was tracking that ball pretty well and almost landed in his coach's right in front of his coach there. So again, Alberta should get decent field position. They're going to be around their 36-yard line, so not bad. But they gotta get down the field. They gotta get moving. If they've got Pages coming out here, if they've got anything that could surprise Saskatchewan, any trick in the bag, now's the time to use it.
Again, it comes back to the time that Page has. He just doesn't have any of it, and credit the Saskatchewan defensive line.
Well, full marks, absolutely.
So 1st and 10 is Tyler Sett from the 36. Page in a shotgun. Page looking to his right side. This one going to fall incomplete, looking for Clazy, but there are 3 green jerseys around Clazy, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was tipped as well, and like you said, Ryan, they had 3 jerseys and right in front of him, right in the passing lane too. So 3-minute warning here at the Apple Bowl, but they're trying to make things happen, but it's really hard. And a lot of times Saskatchewan's only sending 5. Where the 5th guy is coming from, they're mixing up, and it's causing some problems. But Alberta's got to figure this out, get their blocking scheme down pat, and get the ball down the field.
2:50 to go. 2nd and 10 for Page. Ramirez in the backfield. Page back to pass, looking for Falconer, who makes the reception, but right out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. A short gain. It'll be 3rd and long for Team Alberta. I don't know if they're going to go for it.
Yeah, when you're down 2 scores, 2:40 left in the game, I'm sure the Alberta coaching staff will be looking at this one and going, how many more times can we punt the ball back? They've already used at least one timeout here, and they're going to keep Page on, and this is likely our ball game here if they need a first down.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for Team Alberta. 2:40 to go. 4 receivers to the right side. Page thought about Ramirez. Now he's going to take off. Page is going to be stopped short of the first down. It looks like it's going to be dependent on the spot, but it's going to be, well, it looks a little short from where the football is placed.
I agree with you on this one. I think he's going to be a little bit short there. I thought the spot was okay. As you can see him trying to split the 2 defenders. They may measure this just to make sure that it's a big play, obviously, in this game. So from our vantage point, which is a pretty good one here at the Apple Bowl, I think this is short. But you know what? I've got magnifying glasses on. I saw you in the pregame reading your notes with your glasses on. They're right in front of you here. So maybe we shouldn't say anything. We should just let the officials decide this one.
I'm using my binoculars anyways. Look at the cameraman. A great angle there by the cameraman. Great work. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be short. Great job by the camera operator down there. Excellent work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right down there on a knee as well on that wet grass. Nice going.
Yeah, that can't ask for a better spot or look than that from the cameraman, so thank you for that. So that's a big play, and Page gave it everything he could on that play, and that just, you could tell the spot, I think, was right by the officials, and Page was just a little bit short.
So I believe it's the 5th turnover by Alberta here tonight, 2nd on downs. This one will be at the 46 now for Team Saskatchewan with Lloyd as the quarterback. The lefty with Ashman in the backfield.
I think you'll see a lot of Ashman on this next possession.
They hand it here to Ashman. He'll try the left side, but the Alberta defense is right there.
Likely a timeout, I would think, by Alberta here.
Rodden led the troops with the tackle. And yeah, the clock is stopped at 2:28.
So timeout, that's at least their second.
They got 3, don't they?
They've got 3 as far as I know. We had a couple games ago, or on Thursday, we were mixed up with BC's timeouts, but I think that's their second that Alberta's called.
It's nice to see, too, coming up at the post game. All the teams are still here, at least what I can see, and they're going to be recognized on the field. They're standing right underneath the press box. Team Quebec looking pretty sharp on those powder blue jerseys. With
I like the hats. The hats.
Manitoba, I see Ontario. I believe that's New Brunswick in the maroon. Well, it's nice to see that these teams are leaving early. Like tomorrow morning, Nova Scotia's out of here at 3:50 in the morning.
Yeah, that's an early. They do a closing ceremonies here, so it's a good event. And I think a lot of these guys, like I've stayed at the campus, a lot of these teams have got to know each other a little bit too, from eating in the mess hall and hanging out in the dorms and all that too. So a lot of camaraderie between all the provinces.
After the timeout, 2nd and 10 for Team Saskatchewan.
Quarterback draw.
And Lloyd will take off with it. Lloyd avoids a couple of tacklers, will slide after he gets the first down. And Lloyd again with his feet, finding room and finding a way to get to the first down marker.
It's a great run. Design draw there. I thought you said Lloyd avoided the tacklers. If that was your lingo there, that's fantastic.
I did, but I'll take credit for that.
That's what I thought you said, but Lloyd did avoid. I'll throw the V version of it in there. He was able to avoid. I thought Ryan was going to have some humor there with Lloyd, but good run there by Saskatchewan. Nevertheless, they moved the sticks, and that's a good run. He made a couple guys miss. Good run there by Lloyd.
Down to the 34. 1st and 10 for Lloyd and the Saskatchewan offense. Lloyd going to take a lot of time, or as much time as he can, off this clock. Gets the snap, gives it to Ashman. Ashman right up the middle in the teeth of that Alberta defense. And Rodden made the initial contact. You could see him try to punch the ball out with his right hand, doing anything he can to cause a turnover.
And the teams practice that all the time when they're trying, in this type of situation, trying to get they're not. Sometimes people that don't watch a lot of football think he's trying to punch the player, and obviously they're not. They're trying to get their hands on the ball and strip it out. You see lots of times they'll try and pull it out as well. So it's just it's a technique, and there's drills that coaches do all the time to have that exercise, and Alberta's hoping it pays off pretty quickly here.
2nd and about 7 for Lloyd in this offense. He's in a shotgun. allowing that clock to tick down as much as possible. In his shotgun, he's going to take off on the quarterback draw again, and Lloyd is going to be wrapped up as soon as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. And it will be 3rd down, and we'll see if Saskatchewan elects to try a field goal.
Alberta was ready for that one there, and there was nowhere to go for Lloyd there. So we'll see what they try and do. If they're going to try and field goal here, if you're Saskatchewan, you want to get this kick off fast. The last thing you want to do with Civitaris, and it looks like Faulkner are going to go deep here for Alberta. The last thing you want to do is miss this and give somebody an opportunity to go the other way. So
it would be a punt.
Oh, they are going to punt it?
Barsick has come out to kick.
Barsick's going to come out. Okay, so that's I like this call better. And you can see the Alberta returners are deep in the end zone, so they'll try and get this one out if the ball does go in there. But I suspect Barsick will try and angle this to the sideline. So,
boy, give a lot of credit to the Saskatchewan defense. They pitched a shutout in their opener against Nova Scotia, allowed 11 points to Ontario in the semifinal, and they've given up just 1 here today.
Very stingy, and it's just solid team defense. That's. I think they'll be happy when they review the film from this one.
So Barsick out to punt, standing at his own, at the Alberta 46-yard line. And Barsick will kick it in the direction of Civitaris, who will get it at his own 2. Civitaris to the 5, now to the 10. He'll be tackled there. Great coverage by Saskatchewan. It worked to perfection.
Yeah, and look where the kick goes. Exactly where you want your guy to kick it. Right to the corner, right inside the hash marks, right towards the numbers on the far side of the field. I mean, it's exactly what you want to do. And to Saskatchewan's credit, and Alberta's been very good today too. They haven't been able to do much offensively as I thought they might, but Saskatchewan it's just been flawed. They haven't made a whole lot of mistakes aside from the turnovers. They tackled well, they blocked well, they've carried the ball well. Like they're just a very solid game plan today by Team Saskatchewan.
Yep. 1st and 10 from the 11 for Team Alberta. Page in a shotgun. Going to go to the air. Page throwing down the field, looking for Falconer. Good effort by Falconer, but can't quite haul it in.
It's going to be a pass interference call. We couldn't see it from our angle here. We'll see it if we can tell if we can see it on the replay here. As there's a little bit of grab in there by the defender, so that's going to be a pass interference against Saskatchewan.
Here comes the official. Oh, turn your microphone.
Number 21,
There we go.
Saskatchewan, 15 yards penalty, automatic 1st down.
Smith-Windsor hit with the infraction.
They won't mind that penalty if you're Saskatchewan. It's a 15-yard penalty, so it doesn't hurt them overly much. The catch would obviously hurt a lot more.
Ball now at the 26. 1st and 10 for Page with $1.09 remaining in this gold medal game. Page going to go to the air again, looking for Falconer, and again broken up by Windsor.
Nice defense there.
He's had a good game.
Yeah,
he 2
really
interceptions. He's been blanket coverage on the receiver.
Yeah, any of the front pressure guys from Saskatchewan, you can make an argument for them, but in the secondary, I would say he's been probably one of Saskatchewan's, if not Saskatchewan's, best defensive player tonight.
You know, you're looking ahead at a potential MVP. It could be a defender.
Could be. It could be. I think it'd be hard to pick one out in this game, especially offensive, because it's just been more balanced. I would probably, for Saskatchewan, probably Ashman would be right up there. I like the way he's ran the ball, but yeah, it's been very balanced today, and with the quarterbacks kind of subbing in and out too, that makes things a little harder to do because obviously they're a focal point of the offense. So going to reset the clock here. I think add 2 seconds to 103, I think is what I heard the official say.
Yep, you're right. They reset to 103. So 2nd and 10 for Page in this Alberta offense. Very short on time. Page is going to take off. Page makes a nice move. Page to the 40-yard line, maybe the 41, picks up a 1st down. 56 seconds to go.
Nice run there by Page, and he's used his legs well in this game and gotten yards, but I think they're going to need more than that on this one. Saskatchewan's sitting back a little bit, so a 10, 12-yard run is not going to hurt Saskatchewan's feelings too much. They'll give that. Page has got to go vertical.
1st and 10, 4 receivers on the left side. Page looking that direction. Coverage is there. Page is going to be sacked. Good pursuit there by Team Saskatchewan. Kremchemsky was able to come off the line, put the initial pressure on, and then finally get to him. Big 91 right there in the middle of your screen. held on, and then came back and got him.
Yeah, Kremchenski, nice defensive play there. And Alberta's obviously in the hurry up here as they're only going to have 45 seconds left here on this snap, so they got to get moving.
Page back to pass. Going to go deep down the field looking for Falconer, and it's broken up and incomplete.
Guess who was around there again? Number 21 for Team Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
He was
Smith Windsor.
Smith Windsor again. He's been making plays. He seems to be following Falconer around. Every now and then he's on Clazy, but we don't know who's making the calls for player of the game. But if a couple old guys up here in the broadcast booth, I think he might get mine for Saskatchewan.
Why do I got to be lumped in with the old guy comment?
So I think you're older than I am.
No, nice try.
So if I'm an old guy, then that makes you really, really, really old.
You made a
age is just a number, Ryan. Age
yes, I
is just
know. And a comment about playing when they still had leather helmets.
Yeah, that's brings back very fond, vivid memories.
I'm not sure what the delay is here. It was a third down play, if I'm not mistaken, unless the chain gang had it wrong. Now it might be third down. Page is still on the field.
Yeah, the officials are going over to the...
It must have been a second down play. But they're moving the chains.
Looks like that's...
Now it should be third down. Because you had the sack, then the incomplete pass. And this should be third down now.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think the teams were confused because the chain gang had third down on their stick there.
Now this is obviously your ball game here. Saskatchewan's loosened their linebackers up and their cover guys up a little bit as Alberta needs 15.
Back to pass is Page. Page still flushed out of the pocket. Page running for his life. His throw is down the field and caught, I believe. Nope.
Incomplete. He's looked like he stepped out of bounds according to the official on the far side of the field. So that's going to do it in this one, and Saskatchewan's going to have a kneel down or two here and capture the gold medal. Full deserving. They were very good today.
Only 1 point scored in the second half.
It's amazing.
And it was a rouge.
It's amazing, isn't it? I thought when this game started, we got the fast start, 10-0. I thought, okay, this is gonna be pretty. It could be a high-scoring game. But Alberta, I mean, their defense was great against BC. It was great against Quebec. So they played well too. Eliminated to 13 points.
They did, yeah.
It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, their offense couldn't move on this very good Saskatchewan defense. Saskatchewan was terrific. Offensively, yes, but I thought their defense was very, very good here today. And they will just kneel down and capture their third straight gold medal at the Football Canada Cup. Congratulations to them. Head coach Dwayne Masson.
And it's hard. I mean, they overcame the fact that they had to have the quarterback platoon. They had Carter Casey not in the lineup tonight. That's a tough thing to do, and they played the platoon game well. I don't know if they had a rhyme or reason to what they were doing with it or play calling or strategy or whatnot, but to their credit, it worked out well, and obviously they scored enough points. They relied on their defense, and even despite some turnovers, they were still able to hold on here and get another impressive victory and another Canada Cup gold medal.
Just one touchdown in this game, and it was a run, a 6-yard scamper by the quarterback, Lloyd. He's going to take one more snap, and then Saskatchewan will celebrate. Their third straight Canada Cup. Winners in 2018, 19, and now here in 2022. Congratulations to Team Saskatchewan.
Yeah, fully deserving and just a good football game here with Alberta full marks for being here. They were great in this tournament as well. And all in all, a really exciting week or 9 days or however long we've been here doing these 3 days of football. Really exciting. When you get to see this, if this is your first time ever seeing it live, you were treated to some really good football by some amazing athletes on all eight teams in this tournament. So it was really exciting. The organizing committee here, the Okanagan Sun, their group, as well as the PSO, top marks. And from what I understand from all of the people here, that just a first-rate event, and people enjoyed themselves, and this is what it's all about.
And these players are all under 18. You got to remember that. These are young men out there.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
Kids.
Like they're kids, and sometimes when they're making plays, like we think that they're pros or we think that they're university athletes, and sometimes they're making plays like pros and they're making university athletes. So a lot of these guys, they're now going through the recruiting process. They're going to have their grade 12 years. There's a lot of guys on this field right now between these two teams and the other 6 teams as well that have a lot of bright futures ahead of them. So it's exciting to see, and it shows the talent of football in this country and the event that Football Canada attracted top players from across the country. And it's great to see. I've had the honor to coach in this event for years, and now to do this as a broadcaster and person helping out is awesome to see, and I look forward to this all the time. It's a shame we had, obviously, the 2-year break with COVID and not being able to have it, but getting back on the field now, as you can see, Football Canada President Jim Mullen coming onto the field for trophies. It's a great event, and if you're a player at home and you're watching us and you're listening and you're from the U16 class that they did the Western Challenge and Eastern Challenge as well, make sure you train hard, do the right things, because you want to make one of these 8 teams and participate in this tournament. It's a fantastic event, and you should be doing everything you can to be a part of this.
It'll be fun to watch the closing ceremonies as well. After the players of the game, Tyler and I are going to step away and just let the public address announcer finish things off here for the Football Canada Cup. But all the teams, I believe, are here, and they will be out on the field. They'll be recognized. The Quebec team will get their bronze medals. Alberta will get silver, and Saskatchewan will get gold. But for offensive, okay, let's guess here before. Offensive for Saskatchewan, I like Ashman.
Yeah, I like Ashman too.
Defensively, I like Smith-Windsor.
It would have been nice if I got to pick one of them, so it didn't just look like I was copying your pick.
All right.
But I agree with you. I would. You know what I mean. I would just tell you if I disagreed with you, but I'm in agreement with you on that one. For Alberta, I think Page was probably their best offensive player in my opinion. I think number 95, I believe, was the big O lineman or the big D lineman.
Parker was good.
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah. Samo was also good.
Yep.
On the defensive side.
Well, we'll see how many we get right here out of 4. So.
Okay. All right. So we're in agreement on all 4.
We're in agreement. So
Okay,
if we get at least 2, we're pretty sharp cookies.
The winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game award for Alberta.
Joueur défensif de match de l'équipe de l'Alberta.
Number 95, Aaron Parker.
Hey,
Parker.
One for one, partner.
There he is.
Yeah, he was really good, especially at the start of this game as he comes forward to accept his award and trophy, and fully deserving. He had a really good game for Alberta.
Look at the beard on the trophy presenter there, isn't it?
That's Kevin Parks, the president of
Outstanding.
BCPFA. He's getting ready for Christmas coming up in December. So.
Winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game for Alberta.
Le joueur offensif du match de l'équipe de l'Alberta.
Number 24, Maximus Ramirez.
Right.
Yeah, actually, he did have. So
he was
now that I
good.
think about it, and I call that, I won't say I changed my picks, but he was too late for that. But he did have some runs for some really nice runs. Solid running there for Alberta.
Especially early on.
Yeah.
I thought Alberta was able to move the football a little bit more than they were able to do in that second half after the lightning delay.
The winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game for Team Saskatchewan.
Le joueur défensif de match de l'équipe de la Saskatchewan.
Number 21, Tasman Smith-Windsor.
Yeah.
No surprise.
He was really good. He seemed to be all over the field tonight in the secondary for Saskatchewan. Their front was really good, like I mentioned before, so any of those guys would have definitely been deserving. Kudos to him for that award. So we're 2 for 3.
And the winner of the most
means we're sharp
valuable
cookies.
offensive
Yeah,
player of the
exactly.
game award for Team Saskatchewan.
Le joueur offensif de match de l'équipe de la Saskatchewan.
Number 17, Tayan Lloyd.
Yeah. Okay, so they went the quarterback route on that one. I thought Asher was really good, but obviously Lloyd coming in, having to take over for in the starting role here for this game. So
The bobbled snap at the beginning of the game maybe won him that award
that was
right
huge.
there.
His rushing yards were fantastic after that one. So.
He did have the only touchdown of the game as well. If you look at the scoring summary, Carter Casey opened it up, a 25-yard field goal in the first quarter, 5:13 mark, and then Lloyd with a 6-yard touchdown run at 1:53, and then Casey a second field goal in the second quarter with 30 seconds to go, at a 17-yard field goal. And that was pretty much all the scoring. And then a rouge happened for Team Alberta in the fourth quarter. So 13-1 is your final. We're going to let the public address announcer take over. But Tyler, privilege, fun.
Awesome. Enjoyed this. Enjoyed working with you for these last 3 days. So it was awesome. And like I say, anyone who has a chance to be a part of this tournament moving forward, make sure you do all the stuff and get yourself out and get yourself on one of these 8 teams.
My name is Ryan Waters. His name is Tyler McLaren. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. And thank you so much to the great staff and the crew that has went through the heat and the lightning and the rain did a great job, led by Joelle Brown. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. But stay tuned. The closing ceremonies, as you will see, Wayne Moore, the public address announcer, will take us through. So long from the Apple Bowl.
Team Nova Scotia.
Équipe de la Nouvelle-Écosse.
Try to be best, 'cause you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. History repeats itself, try and you succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have your dream. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. And nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Team Manitoba.
Nothing's gonna
L'équipe du Manitoba.
fight to the end, 'cause your life will depend on the strength that you have inside you. I gotta be proud, standing out in the crowd when the odds in the game defy you. Try your best to win them all, and one day time will tell. When you're the one left standing there, you reach the final bell. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna
Team Manitoba.
You're the best.
L'équipe du Manitoba.
Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Team BC.
L'équipe de la Colombie-Britannique.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Team Ontario.
L'équipe de l'Ontario.
Never stop, can't give up until you reach the top. You're the best in town. Listen to that sound. A little bit of all you got to never bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing.
Team Quebec.
L'équipe du Québec.
While the teams are heading onto the field for our closing ceremonies, we also want to take a moment to thank and congratulate all the officials throughout the entirety of the Football Canada Cup. Without our officials, we wouldn't be able to run these games, and these officials from all across Canada worked very hard to earn their spot on the field, and for that, we thank each and every one of them.
Never could believe the things you do to me. I never could believe the way you are. Every day I bless the day that you got through to me. 'Cause baby, I believe that you're the star. Everyone's a winner, baby, that's the truth. It's the truth. Being for you is such a thrill. Everyone's a winner, baby, that's no lie. That's no lie. You never fail to satisfy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Tournament Most Valuable Player presentations.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant procéder à l'identification des joueurs par excellence du tournoi.
Could explain just what was happening to me. Just one touch of you and I'm a flame.
We'll hold off on those just a moment. I just understand that Team Manitoba is just arriving, so we'll get them on the field as well in just a moment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the field, Team Manitoba.
L'équipe du Manitoba.
And I also understand we're also just waiting for the remainder of the BC squad, which is just arriving.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
Oh, wait, this is a great song for impromptu National Football Championship karaoke.
A singer in a smoky room.
And now entering the field, the remainder of Team BC.
Encore une fois, l'équipe de la Colombie-Britannique.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the tournament MVP presentations.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant procéder à l'identification des joueurs par excellence du tournoi.
To assist with the presentation of these awards, event co-chair Jay Christensen.
Pour remettre le prix, accueillons Jay Christensen.
The winner of the most valuable offensive player for 2022 Football Canada Cup.
Le gagnant du prix pour le joueur offensif par excellence du tournoi de la Coupe Football Canada 2022 est
From Team Saskatchewan, number 5, Carter Ashman.
l'équipe de la Saskatchewan, numéro 5, Carter Ashman.
The winner of the most valuable defensive player for 2022 Football Canada Cup.
Le récipiendaire du titre pour le joueur défensif par excellence du tournoi de la Coupe Football Canada 2022 est de l'équipe
From Team Saskatchewan, number 36, Porter Henson.
Saskatchewan, le numéro 36, Porter Hansen.
And the winner of the most valuable special teams player for the 2022 Football Canada Cup.
Le gagnant du prix pour le joueur de unité spéciale par excellence du tournoi de la Coupe Football Canada 2022 est de l'équipe
From Team Manitoba, number 1, Salin McDonald.
Manitoba, le numéro 1, Salin McDonald.
And now the presentation of the bronze, silver, and gold medals by Steve Samara, Kevin Parks, and Jim Mullen. First of all, we'll present the bronze medals to Team Quebec.
Pour remettre la médaille de bronze à l'équipe Québec.
And now the silver medals will be presented to Team Alberta.
Pour remettre la médaille d'argent à l'équipe de l'Alberta.
Tipping around, keep my brains on the floor. These are the days it never rains, but it falls.
And now the presentation of the gold medals to Team Saskatchewan.
pour remettre la médaille d'or à l'équipe de la Saskatchewan.
Keep coming up with love, but it's so slashed and torn. Insanity loves under pressure, we're breaking. Can we give ourselves one more chance? Why can't we give love that one more chance? Why can't we give love, give love, give love, give love, give love, give love, give love? 'Cause love's such an old-fashioned word, and love dares you to care for the people on the edge of the night, and love dares you to change our way of caring about ourselves. This is our last dance. This is ourselves. Under pressure. Under pressure. Pressure. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I drove, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Someone always playing corporation games.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to welcome Jim Mullen, President of Football Canada, to address the teams.
Accueillons maintenant le président de Football Canada, Jim Mullen, afin qu'il prenne la parole.
Check, check. I'm going to keep this short because we've waited 2 years for this championship. We waited through a lightning delay, so now it's time to call on the captains of Team Saskatchewan to accept. You ready for this, guys? Team Saskatchewan, national champions!
With that presentation concludes this year's 2022 Football Canada Cup. On behalf of Football Canada, British Columbia Provincial Football Association, and the host organizing committee, we'd like to especially recognize the hard work and tremendous organization of the many volunteers and contributors from the Kelowna area. Once again, we'd like to thank the teams and their families and friends from all over this great country for coming to British Columbia to make this memorable event. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next year in Edmonton.
La fin de ces présentations conclut ainsi le tournoi de la Coupe Football Canada 2022. Au nom de Football Canada, British Columbia Provincial Football Association et le comité hôte, nous désirons souligner le travail acharné et l'organisation au pair de nombreux bénévoles